You ready, Robert?
Who's going?
You.
Hold on, let me open up the drive.
I don't know what that means.
Fucking sorry about that. I got stuck on the phone with a client, and she's one of those testy ones. I'm gonna do a whole show in my Mayfax voice.
Is that the Mayfax voice?
Baby like soft goods.
Yeah, he does those.
Mayfax doesn't use soft goods like that.
They should. They should.
Who does that Wolverine in the shitty ass cloth clothing?
Mezco.
Oh, oh yeah. No, Mayfax
they're all
uses soft goods, don't they?
Like for like capes. Mayfax will use capes and shit, soft goods, but not like their figures.
Oh, so they do use soft goods, hypocrite. They do what they don't, Bobby. What's your answer?
I like how it went from Roberts Online, we shouldn't waste more time, to Roberts Online, let's waste all the fucking time that we can possibly waste in the evening.
Let's get the show on the road so we can really waste some time.
What?
Shut up, you don't speak Mayfax. All right, let's go.
Hey, fuckers, it's Friday.
Can't spell shattered without shat or turd.
Like a gut punch to the abdomen.
Some of the funniest shit on the web.
I call it a rock fret.
I like the cut of your jib, gentlemen.
These 5 are the only protection we have.
The best part of the show is the genuine Hasbro love.
Good night, folks.
And of course, Pat's weekly farts.
Breaking news. It's very outside of the box.
Nailed it.
I love Friday.
Bob's Bait and Tackle, now carrying Hasbro.
They truly are your favorite podcast.
Thoughts, prayers, likes, and shares. Shut up.
From A to B.
Cast Uncut. Is that you? When are you gonna bring Larry back?
My favorite Star Wars podcast.
Shattered Cast Uncut.
Complete fuckers.
Podcast is intended for mature audiences only, and its sole purpose is to entertain. If it doesn't fit with your sensitive sensibilities, please feel free to turn it off now and
Shut the fuck up, Chip.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to Shattered Cast Uncut, episode 231. I am your host of the day, Robert D., and I am joined by my lovely companions. Yes, they are lovely. Matthew Baldwin. Say hello, little buddy.
Hey there, everybody.
No, I said say hello, little buddy, not hello.
Hey, little buddies. Happy 231. Yay.
And Bobby Skullface.
Sheep. What's up?
What was that? Sheep? Did you go sheep?
No, that was just it was a over pronounced and announced yeah.
That was fuck good.
Fuck good, dude.
That was awesome.
Coming this summer.
Soft goods.
That was very good. Fuck good. And Greg for Mercy.
Hi.
Oh, the cat ran over the thing again.
Greg is like a born again Facebook personality. He used to be like the king of trolls, you know? He would, if somebody was trolling, he'd go in there and beat the shit out of them. And now when the nerds start clawing at each other's fat, bloated throats, you see Greg comes in like the Messiah. He's like, I am enlightened. Peace unto you. And then everybody settles down.
Oh, man.
Okay, now that our introductions are out of the way, Greg has nothing. Honestly. Greg, you're not very talkative tonight, Greg.
Can you not fucking hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you. We can hear you.
Oh, then why are you acting like you can't hear me?
It's just his way.
Yeah.
I couldn't hear you.
Robert.
Maybe I was just talking over you the whole time.
Robert, you just need to calm the fuck down.
Robert D. Way.
I'm doing well. Thank you for asking.
Thank you. Hey, how are you doing, Robert D?
Thank you.
Robert, you're an ambulance chaser. Can't you get yourself a prescription to something like a benzo or like an Ambien or something that will calm your ass down?
Nah, I don't need. I got a Sapporo. I have a big Sapporo can with me right now.
Oh, that's what's wrong with you. You're drinking a Sapporo.
Yeah, it's so what yeah, my back is 100% better. I mean, 99.99% better. Speaking about drugs.
Good.
Yeah, the doctor, one of my doctor prescribed medicine that kicked it out, knocked it out in a week. I could barely walk last week. So,
what did he give you?
It's called methylprednisolone.
Meth, basically meth.
It's like methadone. No, I don't know what the hell it was.
Isn't that what gives you mesothelioma?
Oh boy.
Probably.
Do you think you can sue yourself?
But I don't have it. Yeah, so the Sapporo, I'm drinking it in honor of Joe KW. Who would have thought that he had to fly all the way to Japan to eat fucking 5 dozen raw eggs?
And Salisbury steak.
He showed a lot of food, man. A lot of food.
Can I just say that one of my favorite things on the internet for the past week has been your comments on his food. I look forward to every one. And when I click the comments and you don't have one there, I'm high key disappointed.
Well, I'm starting to feel bad because I don't want to shit all over everything.
But it has to be. I feel like it has to be a tradition. Like it's just what you do.
Hey, you know
like
what my favorite
the fucking the ice cream, literal ice cream sandwich. Like someone in Japan was like, we take a loaf of bread and put an ice cream in it.
Dude, my favorite shit for Robert D is to say, what is that? Does that transform? That's one of my favorites to always read on Robert D.
This dude posted all his MP10 repaints. I was like, what figure is that? And I was thinking and then he was like, it's MP10. I was like, oh, does that transform? And then he like sent me like a Wikipedia link or something.
Yeah, he did. I was like, oh my God, stop it, Robert. Stop.
Beautiful.
So, but the one time, Joe, I couldn't believe it. He went to a fucking, first of all, apparently the best sushi is at the fucking fish markets. And at the he's eating raw fish. That's when they served cooked egg. You know, cooked food, you get a raw egg. It just makes no sense. You know,
that egg that he was eating, that's like an art form. Like they layer that shit. Like that's like the puff pastry of omelets. Like a lot goes into that.
I thought Japanese food was healthy. None of that looked healthy.
Hold on. And then his last meal, he took that and shit all over it and put a fucking Salisbury steak and gravy on top of it. I'm surprised at the amount of Salisbury steak they eat in fucking Japan.
I just want to let you know I miss you, and I'm going to sit here and watch X-rated movies till you get your ass back in my loving arms.
Uh-oh.
They don't call it Salisbury steak. They call it Hamburg.
Oh, hamburger.
No, they call it Hamburg steak. It's fucking Salisbury steak with a raw egg.
With a beef. Yeah, it's Hamburg steak with a beef au jus reduction.
Fucking
gravy.
Syrup, raw egg, some fish eggs on it, some snot.
Snomlet.
Here's a fucking loaf of bread, poured out, fucking gallon ice cream in there, with syrup on it. I don't know. So
I just think it's funny he posted a meal from Yodobashi camera. So it's like you can get fucking Transformers, Gundams, camera parts, electronics, and fucking raw eggs from one place in Japan.
It's a Walmart.
Yeah, it is. I think Yodobashi camera is a Japanese Walmart.
And then the Bobby, I have to ask you. You know, this is the opposite of a raw egg. Quite opposite. Did you see Tyler F. Steak?
Yeah, that shit was burned up too.
No, not two. It's not two.
Yeah, that's two. That shit's burned up too.
Was good.
That looked like an elephant stepped on a burned steak.
It did look. No, somebody cut off a piece of elephant.
Yeah, people in New York and New Jersey are like, they're like medium rare. You want Muslims? That's how you get Muslims.
Oh,
that went another direction.
That's not how you say New Jersey, Greg. You never say New Jersey.
Oh, Jersey. Sorry.
New Jersey.
You got pump fist while you're doing it too. Because you're Jersey Shore.
Love me some Jersey Shore.
Fuck yeah. Only 3 more episodes too.
Bobby, do you watch Jersey Shore?
I do not. I don't have cable.
I do not. I've never actually seen an episode.
You're so full of shit.
That's a fact.
Sure, Netflix has it on mail order, man.
You get it on disc. You know they got it on disc.
Greg, you don't watch any Jersey Shore?
No, I'm holding out for North Korea Shore, actually.
That's actually a brilliant idea.
I hear that's coming to MTV in 2019.
Is Robin going to be a guest star?
Yeah. Did you see that shit?
Yeah.
Where he's like crying. Oh my god.
So happy.
Oh my god. We fucking America has officially become a meme.
Oh, Jersey Shore. It's awesome.
So.
Oh my god.
Matthew, did you get anything this week?
Yes, I did. I got the Generation Toys Gorilla, and I love it.
Isn't it nice?
Oh, fuck yeah. Probably one of my top 5 so far this year. And I got the replacement part for my Rouge Rouge, or whatever, and fixed her up, and yeah, she gets on the shelf and she looks fun.
Put her in a dirty pose.
No, I did not put in dirty pose. I'm not like that. I did take a picture of her, and she looks. She does photograph pretty good. I have to give her that. And that's all. Oh, I got a little story. Okay, this is funny too. Okay, Monday night I got done banging my wife, and we were laying there, and she looked up to me. No, and she looked up to me. She's like, "Baby, you did so good. You can buy a Transformer." And I was like, "Oh, that was so nice." I was like, "Well, wait, is it a Legends or a Deluxe or an MP size?"
She was like, "WST, honey. WST."
Royal Smile, yeah, but no, she's like, you can get an MP. I was like, thank God. So that's a nice. That made me feel really good inside. That I did my daily duties. All right.
What was the funny part?
Wait, so does that make you a prostitute?
Maybe, I don't know, but I thought it was funny. She just looked over at me and said, "You did so good. You can buy a Transformer, baby."
Oh. Yeah, that would make me feel like property or something, but
I don't think it didn't make me feel dirty at all. I felt
you're like a plastic gigolo.
Hey kid, can I get a Transformer? Yeah, see, she said no.
Yeah, you're not doing it right then.
My wife's like, "Stay away! You can have a Transformer. Stay away!"
Right?
You're not doing it right, cuz.
Oh, that's fucking T-shirt. Ooh, why don't you buy a proper shirt, you slob?
That's all I got though.
Bubby.
I got SH Figuarts Flash.
You didn't.
I got Mafex Batman 3.0, which is their Justice League Batman. And I got a set of books, and I think that's
nice.
I think
that's it.
I think that's it.
What books? Bubby?
I think that's it. Some friends become enemies, some enemies become friends.
What set of books did you
What the fuck is this, Disney?
Anyway, what were you saying, Robert?
What books did you get?
It's like this Legends thing. It was like a box set. It was like the truth behind the Jedi, the truth behind the Sith. They're kind of like the sacred Jedi texts in a lot of ways.
Friends.
But they're pretty cool.
You said the truth of them. Was there lies about them?
Well, I guess it's supposed to be kind of like their Bibles.
I was reading about that. That's the one where George Lucas said that the Wills, like if he had made the last trilogy, the Wills would have been a microscopic organism.
Yes, I read that as well.
Oh my God.
But I don't know if that's in these books or not, but I did read that as well.
See, I was always interested in his original, because didn't he originally write the whole story?
No.
You sure?
Yes. Rough
Was it on a napkin?
Rough layouts.
Hey.
Wait, I thought the Wills, they were originally, I thought they were in the original story, no?
I don't know.
No,
But
they were in Clone Wars.
And Rogue One.
And Rebels.
No. I thought the Wills.
And Rogue One, yeah.
In the original screenplay, he mentions Wills, like the Wills, but nobody knew who the fuck Wills were. You like that one, Matthew?
Bobby, you know what we should do for a YouTube video?
What? Tell me.
Let's build a tree house and then put those books in it. Fucking set it on fire, and then you can dress in your bathrobe and you be like the ancient Jedi text.
Exactly.
Who would be Yoda? Are you gonna be Yoda?
No, you can be Yoda. That's fine.
Okay, I can be Yoda. That'll be fine. I'm short and.
But you have to be like you have to talk about the ancient Jedi text, but then you have to ask a question about them immediately after. Like,
oh, really Jedi texts? Like,
yeah, what are the Jedi texts, by the way?
Like, we've been here, we've been doing this for so long. Do we really need the text? Really? Do you really need them?
Do they have an audiobook?
I hope so. You listen in your car.
Well,
a Jedi ghost just comes and tells you.
Well, Robert, page turners they or not, so you know.
But Bobby, are you aware that the concept of the Wills predated the movie that the original Star Wars movie that came out on screen?
I mean, I don't know. I don't know.
Motherfuckers over here fucking.
I'm patting myself on the back.
My mind is like a revolving door of that sort of shit. So like, there is a number of things that I categorize as being like, less important to remember. So like, it's possible that I could have heard that somewhere. Like I just recently brought up that like Chewbacca was originally a lizard man by fucking George Lucas's designs. So, like, shit happens.
This is making me want to see just a pure George Lucas, like, imagined movie series again.
My mind is telling me no.
Fucking Ant-Man. Like, what the fuck? It's going to be microbial, like a microbial movie?
My body's telling me yeah.
Well, Disney owns it. They could do a crossover.
This is true.
Where, like, they could shrink to the microverse, or what do they call it in Ant-Man?
Remix.
The Quantum Realm.
The Quantum Realm to get Janet Van Dyne. And then it's like Luke and motherfuckers are hanging out. It's like, hey, guys. And they're like, what up, Ant-Man?
Anything else, Bubba?
No, I think that's it.
Gregory.
Robert.
What did you get?
Buddy.
I got. I'm trying to think.
You didn't get your delivery. I think it's coming tomorrow.
My delivery. No, it's coming tomorrow. I didn't get much. I got the Grand Moff Tarkin Black Series figure. Sorry, I get the burps right before you asked me that. I apologize. I got a 4-LOM too, but Amazon fucked up and didn't charge my bank account and not my gift card for 4-LOM for some reason. And then I got him and I looked at him and I was like, yeah, I don't think this is worth $40 because that's what he's going for. You can't find him retail. And I was like, I'm gonna send this one back. So I sent that one back. And I'm just hoping the figure arts will do some bounty hunters. I do like Tarkin though. I think he looks fine. I would switch him out for figure arts, but I only paid $20 for him, so that's cool. And then I got the Black Mamba English sounds cannon for MP36. And the only reason I got it was because I thought the Megatron I bought, the IT one, the second edition didn't have the extra cannon with English. And then like a week and a half later, it just showed up at Toy Dojo in a separate package to be included with their fucking IT Megatrons. So Eddie hit me up. It's like, hey, we got these in. Do you want it? I'm like, yeah, send it to me. So I sold that one today because I really didn't need a blue Crimzeek. And I think that's it. I think that's all I got.
Robert D, what'd you get, fella?
Thank you for asking. I finally got my final floating shelf up, so now I can get my display cleaned up. And I'm really running out of room. I love the figure art stuff, but there's just no place for it. I wish they had like little itty bitty details. Like
no place for Dragon Ball shit.
My Dragon Ball Z figures, little itty bitty.
Gross.
That went from the floor to the ceiling. And I just opened the box. I got Crack Rock, the pink.
Nice. What do you think of it?
Dirty Coke, the bad Coke, mixed with some baby powder or something.
It's good Coke.
I don't know. I have no idea. I just opened it up. But so he's a leg, correct?
Yes.
So I don't think I've seen any reviews on him. Where does he combine? Is it just like a peg or something that's on him?
He's gonna. I think the main bot is gonna be like a skeleton, and he's just gonna attach like G1, basically.
Yeah, I mean, holding him up. I just held him up to constructor's leg, and if you start at the bottom of his knee, it fits to where from the knee to where an ankle and a foot would be.
Mm-hmm.
So it don't look bad at all. This could work.
I think it should be smaller than Constructor, anyways. I think I've always considered Minosaur and like Superion and Defensor smaller than Devi.
Minosaur was a tough cookie, though. I don't think
he was. I've always pictured them as smaller than Devi. I've always thought Devi and Predaking were about neck and neck, and then the rest were smaller than him. But that's just me.
And I think that's all I got. So we'll move the show along. Okay, Bumblebee movie promo display. Oh man, I went to Toys R Us this weekend, by the way, with my family. It was like a goodbye. It's like half full, Bobby. Half full. I think Bobby's looking at Hot Toys.
No,
Hot Toys.
No, it's half full. Your Toys R Us is half full, but you know what? Your Toys R Us being half full is better than your Toys R Us being half empty. Is how I see it.
Yeah, exactly.
Nice.
It was half. What's really weird is that they like police taped off the empty aisles.
Yeah, I've seen that at a lot of stores.
That's just like
mine don't have any Transformers at all. I went to one of we have two in Little Rock, and there was
even look.
no Transformers at all. I was like, fuck.
I didn't even look.
Oh man, all it's gonna be less is like the two-step changers and shit. Probably and everything else.
Attendees of Cine Europe 2018 have been treated with new promotional content from the upcoming Travis Knight movie Transformers Bumblebee. Hey, honey.
Hey.
Okay, honey. A highly detailed cardboard statue of the titular character himself.
Titular.
Play on words. That's not me. I'm reading from online, honey. I didn't just say titular because I like the word. Whatever. It's a cardboard cutout. A cardboard cutout of Bumblebee.
Yeah, but it shows the design, and I don't hate this. I don't love it, but at the same time, I don't hate it.
I don't either. That's good. It's got that action pose going.
There was another thing that I didn't add because I didn't want to saturate the quote unquote news, but the composer for the first 5 movies will not be doing this one, and he issued a statement.
That's a bummer.
Well, he issued. Well, calm down. Don't cry yet. He issued a statement saying that it was just another move to further this from the Bay films.
Oh, this is a reboot.
So maybe, it seems like they're actively trying to promote this as not being like the Bay films. You never know. Yeah. I'm just saying.
Interesting.
All right. Anybody else have anything to add while I wrestle with a 3-year-old?
No. I'm excited.
Yeah, I think it's good. I wish it had a face. That's all.
Yeah,
if it had a face, I'd be much more excited. That's the one thing that still turns me off to this design, but it's definitely by far the best live action Transformers movie design of Bumblebee we've had.
You know what?
You have?
Yes.
Maybe there's psychology behind him not having a face and not having a voice.
Oh, here we go.
Because you, as not you, Bobby, but the infant watching the movie can put their face and their voice in Bumblebee.
That was a good analogy. Good job. I like it.
It's fucking deep, man.
That was deep.
It was fucking deep, dude.
We need to go outside and think about that shit.
Socrates, Plato, Robert D.
Socrates, potato. No, I said
potato.
I mean, I think the reason they carried over they're still kind of soft rebooting it with the face design and the new voice is because they've spent how many years just fucking force feeding that shit down people's throats most of the people that are gonna go see this movie, well, I wouldn't say most, but I would say a majority. I guess that is most. So yeah, a majority of people that are gonna see this movie are used to that Bumblebee, and they're trying to ease them back into it,
Yeah, I mean that's a good point. They're trying to stay away from the Bay thing, but kind of stay
keep
with
it familiar.
Yeah,
stay away from the Bay.
It's gonna be May.
Okay, all right, fuck them.
Third party.
Yeah, boys, I don't play. Stay away from my baby.
Third party news. MakeToys, Cross Dimensions, Rioter, Galcatron.
Good. I don't give a fuck.
Oh, that's so original. Galcatron.
Galcatron.
People are fucking loving this.
Fucking good. I do. I love it. It looks nice. That crotch with the.
It looks very IDW RC's brother kind of design. No, that's an actual story line.
Okay, well, it's still funny though.
RC and Galvatron were warrior brothers until she got emasculated by the warriors in a lab, and now she's a transvestite.
She's tranny? She's a transgender?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
I like the cross dimension line. I like it.
This I will say so here's the thing. Like, I've looked at all of the cross dimensions so far. I think they've all been great. But I know people that have the cross dimension stuff, and I never heard anybody say, "Yeah, I got it," and it sucks. I hate it. Like, I think it's been well received. But I don't know anybody that's passionate about this line. That's what surprises me about seeing so much more of this. Is I don't feel like I've seen like real passion behind this.
It's like stylistic filler. It really is.
Yeah.
I have them. And I'm not getting any more. It just feels like filler.
Well, do y'all consider them, because they're not, do you consider like, are they masterpiece scaled, or are they like maybe Voyager, kind of the chug, to go along with your chug stuff? Because they're not really, they're in between that. I don't consider them as masterpieces, or the scale or whatever. I consider them, they would go good with my chug stuff, I think. No, all right.
No, I ultimately agree with you, but I mean, like, I don't know, like, I almost.
But I don't. Yeah, you don't hear anybody.
This is interesting because I almost feel like it does with Hasbro doing so many characters from the. I know, and because I put the brakes on that. With Hasbro doing so many characters in the chug format, right? Mm-hmm. I almost feel like having like hyper quality detailed figures like this might do it a disservice, where like people will look at your collection and be like, dude, what's going on with this one? Why does it look so much better? Where like if you had the Titan Wars or whatever it was, fucking Galcatron standing in there, it'd be like, oh well, this works, this fits.
Right.
Well,
with the passionate thing, you don't anybody hear like, God, I can't wait for some new cross dimension stuff to come out.
Exactly.
I don't hear that, but when it does, I get excited. But like, I'm not.
Well. They're built well, but I mean,
yeah, really posable. They're real. You can. They're like an update. They're really like a chug. Updated chug. Basically, to me, they're really posable chugs.
That don't fit in with anything else.
Yeah,
fit in with nothing. Like Greg said, they fit in with nothing.
Right. Yeah, basically, yeah. Because they're so stylized that it just like Bobby said, if you put them up against time return stuff, it's like, yeah, they don't match.
They fit in with nothing else, and even though they're good figures, they are not good enough to be standalone display pieces.
Right. Well, they're not big enough.
Unless you got Bobby real estate.
Galcatron's got a lot of stuff going on. Look at that, the upper, body and all that stuff. He's got a lot of stuff going on up there.
He's got that sword on his cannon that can't even reach anybody because his cannon's so big.
I think who it was somebody. I think it was Dust or somebody said it looks like a foreskin. Basically, looks like a paint. Sorry, ETR. Shout out to them.
What would a Transformers or third party release be without a penis joke? So
that is true. That is true. Or
getting this
Luge on RC joke. I'm getting it. I don't know if anybody else is.
Bobby?
Robert, are you getting it? No, you said you're not getting one. Okay.
No, I'm not getting this. No.
I checked out with that Megatron. I was like, what the fuck is this?
Oh, I love Megatron. The Despertron?
Yeah. No. The cross dimension.
What was the name? Yeah, no, you're not.
I liked it because it looked like a pirate pistol.
I always thought of it like a lame cowboy pistol, like a 2-shooter.
Oh, like the one that the madam would carry in her garter in case somebody roughed up one of her girls.
It looks like Jabba the Hutt's barge, kind of. No? All right. I'm just talking to myself tonight, I guess.
Look, they can't always be winners,
Jesus Christ
Matt.
on a corn dog stick, man.
Oh, what?
Jesus Christ on a corn dog stick, man. God dang.
Wow.
Well, I just offended people. I apologize. I am sorry. I will check out tonight.
Matt, you haven't offended me.
Good night, folks. You
haven't offended me at
You
all.
didn't offend any of us, but that just seems a little out of character for you to joke about Jesus.
Yeah, I say it all the time. And I get mad. Belisa gets mad when I say it.
Like,
so.
I don't think there's anything bad about this. Like, I think it looks great. I think it looks detailed. I'm sure it'll be high quality, et cetera, et cetera. Look, I'm under the understanding from just hearing the internet scuttlebutt, so to speak, that MakeToys was having financial issues last year. I don't know that this is the answer to that.
It's like they're wasting their money.
I don't
They're
know.
gonna get their money back on the Seeker.
Maybe it is. I don't know. But like, I've yet to see it. I've yet to see people be like, dude, I am selling it all for cross dimensions. I don't know where that's at. I don't know where those people are.
Yeah.
If
Get
you're
it
there,
out
hit
of
us
here.
up. Hit us up, man. If you're there, hit us up.
Get it out of here.
Like I said, I know
All
a lot of people like it. They should like it. It's good stuff. But I don't know if it evokes the passion. That's the problem.
The next hunk of shit from MakeToys, Conehead
Man,
prototype.
you shut the fuck up.
Yeah, this
dude.
looks great,
This is
dude.
not a hunk of
This
shit,
looks
dude.
great.
You're a hunk of shit.
This looks great. All this shit looks great.
Fuck yeah, I guess I finally get some heads.
And to be fair, for those listening and are low key triggered, I think
And honest.
I think the cross dimension stuff looks great too. I just think that this actually serves a purpose.
Yeah, this can stand with anything. I get some cone heads finally.
I hope you can't see any of their faces.
Outstanding.
God, you gotta be such a hater for MakeToys, man. God.
Yeah, I'm fucking done. I don't know. Man,
Well,
maybe I'm
I mean,
being unfair.
his
wrong?
beef
Did
with
they
MakeToys,
say
I get it.
something wrong?
I get it. I don't think it's completely unmerited. I think that Robert's boycott of MakeToys has merit. I think that he's standing on valid ground.
Stupid boxes.
I'd rather just, I don't know. I wish I had cone heads. I don't. Never got the Toy World. I was going to get them, but then I balked. I'm glad I didn't get them, but I'm just not going to pull the trigger on
Baseball
this.
reference.
I'll wait till Fans Toys does it, or not getting the
They're not doing
Takara.
no fucking cone heads. Come on, man.
Why not?
They're not doing. They got to do the Seekers. So you're looking at 2035 probably. They're gonna do those.
Yeah, I guess
They
you're
won't do
right.
the cone.
I guess I'll never own.
This will be your cone heads, Robert. I
Never,
promise.
ever. Never, ever.
Never ever. This is
I
true.
will never get my house. Get out
Guys
my
are all
door.
good.
If you win, Ricky Bobby, if I win, you must kiss me on the lips. The answer is never. Never, ever.
You love that movie.
Greg, are you gonna get these? Are you in with the cone heads?
The Conehead, yeah, probably I will, because I'm getting the other ones. I sold all my MP Secret molds.
Oh, you're getting stickers. Nice. Okay.
Didn't you have to be?
That's what you're asking, right?
Yeah. No, I'm just asking if you're getting any of the cone heads, but you're also getting the
Oh
stickers.
yeah, I'm getting the cone. Yeah, well, yeah, I'm getting both. Yeah.
Good.
All right, everybody's getting it. Everybody loves it, except me. All right, lively show, lively show. Magic Square Toys MP Scale
I'm trying.
Optipass.
I'm trying.
All right.
Yeah, this looks. This somehow looks good and terrible at the same time, but mostly terrible to me.
It's like MP10, man.
So, is there intrigue in them releasing this a day? Was it a day before, or a day after the
Same
new
time, I
MP,
think at the same time.
the new Prime was shown?
Yeah,
yeah.
I think they were going to be like bomb drop on Takara.
I mean, we'll
and then
see,
everybody's just
dude.
like,
I think this looks amazing.
I think he's too small. He's shorter than. Oh, he's supposed to be shorter than Megatron. Okay.
Like, I do. Like, I really think this looks fantastic, and I don't really. The concerns that I have with this, looking at it, and I like the MP2. This isn't to say I like this, not to like that, but the concerns that I have with this are that hip flap is all going to move as one piece, which is dumb, and the elbows are bent. So I'm concerned that they weren't able to fix the proportion issues of MP10.
I think Magic Square should stop doing prototypes and release a fucking figure already.
That's true too. I think this comes down to how you see Prime. If you hold on a second, I gotta close this door. My kids are acting like fucking chimpanzees.
Oh yeah, they're doing the ones that are legends, right? The
Jana
legends
just
stuff.
stood up. That's it. That's all that happened. She stood up out of her chair.
Quit standing up so loud.
She blinked.
They're doing the
I feel like I'm in a
G1
lawyer's
Legends,
household.
right?
But I think this comes down to whether or not you like a sleek, slim Prime or you like a big, bulky Prime. Like, and there's no wrong answer to that. It's a matter of preference. And if whatever your preference is, you should go with that because I think they both look great.
Yeah, but I mean, nobody's ever handled a figure.
Yeah, that's
me.
fair. That's fair. That's fair.
I don't like the truck mode, to be honest. It kind of looks knockoff. Like, I mean, not knockoff, but cheap.
You think so?
Yeah, I don't like it.
I feel like the bumper's a little.
End.
I feel like the bumper's a little big, but
like somebody punching in the lip. Somebody punching in the lip or something. Like,
but to be honest with you, man, I don't give a fuck about it all. Maybe me personally, you know what I mean? Like, I was listening to Breaking the Mold last week, and they were talking about like, do you keep your figures in robot mode or alt mode? And shout out to Extra Zero, that's my guy. But he was like, I keep some of my stuff in alt mode. And that struck me, right? Like, I'm curious. I'm like, really? Go, all right, let me listen. He's like, I keep my Seekers in alt mode. I'm like, no shit. I'm thinking, he's like, and then I have my other ones in robot mode. I'm like, oh, well then you don't keep them. You only keep them in Seeker mode because you have a set in robot mode that's not the same thing. You know?
If you have doubles, that doesn't count.
Right, exactly. Like, if you're like, dude, I'm buying a Fans Toys cup, and I'm only keeping him in alt mode, then that... then you are that person. But like,
you're a cup fan,
right? But like, but yeah, I agree with you, Matt. I think that the bumper makes this thing look disproportionately trouble. But I think this looks great. I'm choosing not to get caught up in any sort of like, I like this, so I'm gonna hate on that, and blah blah blah. Like, I think this looks fantastic. My issues with this are the hip flap and that the arms might be a little too long when they're posed properly. But there are things I like about this too. I like that there's a little, I was talking to Joe about it. Joe pointed out like there's a little bit of extra details. Like, it's still very cartoon, but there's a little bit of extra details. Like, even in the, like, just the flaps on the shins, like that little square, like those little line works. And I'm sure that's where the flap like kind of plugs in with two pegs. But like, stuff like that, it ends up making it look more interesting. So, like, I think this looks great. I mean, whether or not it's quality, nobody knows because they haven't put out anything. So it may be a piece of shit, but I think
there's something suspicious that they haven't released anything yet.
They're
showing tons of prototypes.
So are they considered third party or are they a knockoff company? They're considered third party, right?
This is third party, I would imagine. I don't know.
Okay.
I can't keep track anymore with all the, you know what I mean?
Well,
I think this looks fine. I don't think it looks like if we didn't have MP10 and there wasn't another MP Prime coming, like, I think it would be fine. But this does not do a single thing better than MP10, in my opinion.
Mm-hmm.
Especially in the shadow or the shadow, the dawn, the dawn, the sunrise, like whatever of the new Prime, like. And they're posing it beside MP36, like it's supposed to be like, look at, or MP36, right? That's Megatron, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And they're like, look at this comparison. I'm like, that looks terrible. Those are two completely different aesthetics.
I don't know.
Like, I don't know.
I mean, I hear you. I mean, I respect where you're coming from, but I don't know if I agree with that. Like, I think it looks beefy next to him. I think.
I agree with Greg. I think the Prime looks more cartoonish than the Megatron does.
What?
No,
I agree. I agree.
No, I'm not saying. No, I'm not saying that.
No, I agree with Matt.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, I agree with Matt.
You don't agree with Matt. I'm talking right now. Hold on now.
No, I 100% do.
I think I agree with Greg on this one.
You think that Megatron looks more like the cartoon than that Prime?
I think the Prime is more in the aesthetic, takes aesthetic like stylings from like the MP10 style, as opposed to
like
MP36 does.
I can look at this MP Megatron and point out 1,000 things that don't look like the cartoon.
All right, let's start. One.
All right, let's start. So in the
better hit 1,000.
All right.
You are wrong.
In the from the space
from the
kidding.
Don't even start.
Okay. Like because look, it is very accurate to the cartoon in terms of the amount of shit it has to pull off engineering wise to turn into a gun. I agree. And I think MP36 is great. But I think if you see these two next to each other and one looks more like the cartoon, I mean, the amount of like panel work that's on that Megatron in order to make the transformation work, it just like by default, in my opinion, makes it look less like the cartoon.
I'm talking proportions.
Yeah, me too.
I'm just saying the look, and I wasn't speaking for you, Greg. If you thought that, I was. I was saying, like I said, Prime looks like he just walked off the fucking TV screen. Megatron doesn't, but I love Megatron. He's my masterpiece, Megatron. But he just doesn't look like the cartoon to me.
I agree with you, Matt.
That's all I was saying. But I wasn't saying, Greg, that that's what you were saying.
No, I don't think anybody took it that way.
Hey, look, there's people out there that think Quake Wave looks more G1 cartoon accurate than Laser Wave.
Yeah,
so,
that's fine.
You know,
however
there's
you see
plenty
it,
of
that's
people that
fine.
are wrong. That's fine.
Yeah, that's true.
I just don't. I have absolutely no idea why they're showing prototype after prototype after prototype.
Yeah,
and
I wish they get their
released
legends out.
Shit.
That's like Keith's smokescreen.
I think it's Keith, obviously, right? Who the fuck else would have this kind of money to pump out prototypes?
Yeah, I wish
Bobby would.
I think it would be interesting. I think it would be interesting to see, you know, who's behind some of this. Like, there's been a few of these newer companies popping up, and all of them start with M. I feel like, you know, it would be interesting to see who's behind some of this stuff. But I agree with Greg that I think that MP10 and this have a lot in common. I do think that MP10 does a few things better than this, and I do think that this does a few things better than MP10. I think if this was 2 years ago, and like I would be all over this, and I would get rid of my MP10. Like, and it's mainly because of the proportions of head, chest, abdomen, pelvis, legs. Like, I think they nailed that. The arms, I'm not sold on yet, but I need to see more pictures. But to be fair, I need to see more pictures of this new MP Optimus as well.
This guy's more like I said, slender. He's more slender for the cartoon.
Wait,
like
what?
That, I think slender.
You think that this Prime is more slender?
A little bit.
See, I think that the new
he's on the skinny side.
I think the new MP Prime is more slender.
No, it is. No, it is.
Okay.
I agree with that.
Okay.
But I'm saying this is more slender than MP10.
To be honest with you, I think that this Prime reminds me of Prime from the cartoon, and the new MP reminds me of Prime from the cartoon movie.
This, you know what this reminds me of? This reveal with their timing. It's like everyone has that friend that makes really bad jokes, and like, there's something going on, and dude's like, wait for it, wait for it, wait for it, and then he drops his joke, and the whole room gets silent.
Like I did tonight.
And that kind of is what this. Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
But I don't
call you out.
Do you think that's the reaction to this? Because I feel like the reaction has been pretty positive to this.
Yeah, well, I'm talking about my personal reaction.
Oh, okay.
I can't say. I don't proclaim to speak for anyone else.
No. I thought you were talking about the general, like the what this reminds you of is how that acts on an audience. I feel like the reaction to this has been pretty positive. I think the reaction has been unfairly negative to the MP, but I feel like the reaction to this has been fairly positive.
I think it's the same lines, man. Like the people that are like "fuck Takara" are jumping like.
Yeah, I hate those.
Look,
I don't know.
I've been getting all sorts of people hitting me up like, "What do you think about this new MP10?" And I'm like, "Dude, I can't.
See, I ain't got that, man. I ain't got that kind of clout.
I can't give you like a whole bunch of information when I'm seeing these sketchy ass pictures of cell phones, taking pictures of computer screens, taking pictures of projections onto another screen.
Agreement.
Of like I just it's very difficult to really gauge a healthy, valued opinion at what we've seen of this MP10, like this new MP10 rather. Like once we get it, then. We'll cross that bridge when we get there. I have some concerns with that one too, but I think, like, of the two, I'm definitely not pre-ordering this one. And like Greg said, between this one and my MP10, I'm fine with my MP10. This new MP might be enough to make me switch up, but I need to see more pictures in order to really commit, because there are a few things that worry me about that one as well. What'd you say, baby?
I was just saying. I think Prime is so hot right now.
So hot, babe. So hot. Dude, we got New York Rob. We got New York Rob on the line.
Is he fired? Is he fired?
People are going to buy all of it, probably.
Well, I was going to say, that's what I was going to ask y'all. Since, and Bob, you're talking about trading out, and you're selling MP10. I think MP10 is one of the Transformers that most people would keep because he's so historic. He's it's Prime, and plus it was MP10. You know, would people sell their 10? Would people sell their MP10?
I think you're going to see MP10s for sale, no doubt. 100%.
I don't think you're going to see a lot.
I think you're going to see a fair amount, Matthew, unless people are happy with it and aren't upgrading. But I think if people are upgrading, you're going to see a lot of MP10s for sale.
But one of my favorite.
Go ahead.
Oh, I'm sorry.
No, go ahead.
One of my favorite comments I've seen repeated in some of the various quote-unquote masterpiece groups is the quality on this prototype looks much better than the quality on the Takara.
Oh God!
Like, what kind of empty ass fucking?
Yeah, well, like that. That's another judgment based off of very limited information. I'm not ready to make those claims. You know.
Yeah, I know. I'm just saying, like, that's the kind of shit that people are saying that I see.
Yeah, I think
but
it's.
Then again, I don't have a hotline like you do.
No, I think it's. I agree with you. I think it's unfair. I think that it's stupid on Takara's part not to release official, like, that image that they used up on that screen. Like, they should have released that. Like, they know it's going to get around. Do you know what I mean? Like, if they wanted to play, like, because I'm like 100% sure that picture in real life looks fucking far better than the picture that we're getting. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
so, like,
they have another show, I think, coming up very soon.
Okay. I just feel like it would have been wise of them. I feel like it would have been wise of them to just go ahead and release that. You know, just put that out to the general public.
Like, is it like Tupac I Get Around, or is it just I Get Around?
I don't think it's like Tupac I Get Around, because I think that was about kind of, you know, the
sexing a lot.
Yes, like the opposite of kind of being committed in a relationship, you know, being monogamous. You know, I think it was kind of the opposite of that.
I can see a significant amount of people getting every Prime that comes out. You know, if there's one character.
Oh yeah, Brian Brink would definitely.
Yeah, I think there are plenty of Prime collectors out there.
I'm a Prime collector. He's my favorite. He's my favorite Autobot. It's true, but if I have two, if I wanted to sell everything and what two characters I would keep, it would be Starscream and Prime.
You know, but like I showed these two pictures, this one and then the MP10 to Adam and Joe, and neither of them have like any loyalty to Takara, and neither of them have any loyalty to third party. They don't care about any of that shit. Like, they just like what they like, and like they both prefer this. But my argument was, you know, well, let's at least wait until we get official images, you know, like, and then make a decision.
What are some prototypes?
Here's the thing with that, though. Like, if they don't care about Takara or third party or anything else. Like, I mean, are they really committed to? Yeah, they both love Optimus. That's the thing. That Optimus is who they are committed to. Like, Adam would never buy. I don't think Adam would buy a Transformer of anybody that wasn't Optimus. And Joe loves Optimus Prime. So, like, I don't think either one of them would buy. Well, I don't think Adam would buy any other character. And I think that, like, this tickled Joe's fancy. You know,
I love Joe.
So if you're an Optimus Prime fan, you're gonna go for the more heroic, quote unquote, version, right?
I think it's whatever
like
I think it's whatever you see in your head. Like, when you imagine Optimus in your head, I think that this rings true for a lot of people. A lot of people don't see him as the sleeker one, because I don't know if he's all that sleek in all the animation. It's like, it's kind of like that discussion we always have. It's like, is you know, the XTB breakdown wrong because it has the white and cream? Yes, it is. Is it right for having the white and cream? Yes, it is. Like, you know, like,
I would liken it a little bit more to, like,
I'll be right back.
The Quake Wave, Quake Blast, Laser Wave argument. Like, there's people that are like, no, he should look like this, and they're like, no, he should look like this. And then they release one that looks like the cartoon model, and they're like, that's not Shockwave. That's not how I pictured him. So
I don't know, 'cause
wrong.
This looks like for instance, like, I think the pelvis of this sucks, because in order to move those legs, you got to move that whole pelvis flap up. It's going to be very ugly. However,
yeah, but you don't know that, though, because the image is not a high resolution.
I'm saying
very well may be
of this one. I feel like that's
of this one.
Yeah. No, of this one, I think you're going to move that whole pelvis piece up. Now, on the other Optimus, it doesn't look like that's going to be an issue. But that other Optimus pelvis is broken up with 1,000 lines like the Megatron one is. So when you have it standing there, I think it's a valid argument to say that specifically looks far more cartoon accurate than the MP. Like I don't think that cartoon accuracy is the hill to die on when making a decision regarding these two purchases.
Hey, by the way, I just counted. It's 4 lines on Megatron.
Yeah, 4.
So
I always imagine Optimus Prime
might need
in
to,
a
like,
tuxedo
relax.
shirt.
Well, yeah, depending on how you cut it. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
Wait, hold on. What lines are you looking at?
So there's a rectangle at the top.
That is not a.
So that's 1, 2, 3.
Hold on. Wait. Hold on. That's not a moving part.
Doesn't matter. Still a line. Top center. 1, 2, 3.
Center.
Fine.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
So
And
there's
then
the 2 side flaps.
Then there's the 2 side flaps, which if you're talking
vagina.
about lines on the side flaps, you're talking about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 lines per flap. So that's 16
You're gerrymandering that shit.
plus
Bobby.
3.
Dude,
Don't
I just had a good
gerrymander.
joke and
Don't
nobody heard it.
gerrymander.
16 plus 3 is 19. 20 is the center line down the center of the crotch, and then 21 would be the line across. But that's something that bothered me.
You're the reason that Trump won.
That's something that bothered me in prototype images, but it doesn't really bother me in hand. And I think that's definitely could be the case with this Optimus. I think that's very possible, 100%. But if I was just looking at pictures and saying which one looks more like the cartoon, gun to my head, it's obviously this one in terms of the pelvis. But like, I think that is, like that's what I said. Like, I don't think that cartoon accuracy. Like, if you're like, look, I'm going to go with Takara because it's a trusted brand, and we haven't even seen one fucking figure from this company. Like, yes, dude, 100% makes perfect sense. But it's like, I'm going with the Takara for cartoon accuracy. I'm like, well, I can see with someone going with this one because of cartoon accuracy as well.
I always imagine.
If it was down, like, if I was actually torn between the options, me personally, I would go. I'm a word of faith. This is how I feel. No, I would go with the Takara just based on track record.
Yeah,
and like the way they're acting with, like the way they're moving with their Takara. I mean, at this point, like if I was to make a decision,
100% logical. I'm co-sign. Like I'm in the same boat as you. Like I'm as of right now.
That check.
Yeah, as of right now, I'm definitely leaning towards going in on the Takara because of the same exact reason.
But if conversely, if the Takara ended up down the line being bad, I got MP10, and I like MP10 better than I like this thing.
I like this better than MP10.
Oh my god, you're such a fucking heretic.
I'm sorry, I do.
Can you float? Can you float? Can you float?
We all float down here, I thought.
Let's test that theory out.
Yeah, burn him, Robert, burn the steak.
Yeah, no, I think that this, I mean, like, I don't know, I, and this isn't about your point of view, Greg. I trust me, I know where you lie regarding this sort of thing, and I get it. That's not a jab. That's not a jab. That's a
right hook.
Not at all. Not at all. Not at all. That's a tip of the hat. But like, I don't. Like, I am not because as of right now, I'm siding with the new MP. I'm not going to trash this based on people. Me personally, not saying that's what you're doing. Just me personally. I'm not going to trash this because people that like this are trashing the MP.
Oh
like,
yeah, no, definitely, yeah. I'm not, not at all. To each his own.
Right.
I mean, look at me. I'm contemplating buying a Bad Cube fucking figure over and
right.
replacing a Takara. You know what I mean?
Which I want to trash you for. That's something I want to trash you for. I'm like, come on. But
no, I got a deal with a guy for a thing. So.
Sucking his dick.
But yeah, like I think this looks great. I do agree with Matt that I think that the bumper looks really fucking stupid in alt mode. But I would
underbite.
You know what? I would be much more of a hypocrite if I said that alt mode would stop me. I mean, look at that fucking blast off I bought. Ooh.
You had to though. No.
I don't think you had to.
I didn't have to buy the blast off. I didn't have to buy.
It's one on the
yeah, the
shelf.
vortex.
Well, you do own,
You still have an
own
Island
all
of
those
Misfits,
Zeta
right?
box. So.
Dude, that Zeta, I cannot wait. That is the single thing I'm most excited
That's
about
soon,
this year.
I think that's what.
It's July.
2 weeks out, I think. 2
July.
weeks?
Yeah, dude, I am beside myself.
I'm excited.
I'm gonna wait it out. I'm just gonna wait till the dust settles. I'm gonna do the one thing I never do, and just wait for the dust to settle, and I'm gonna buy up.
The only thing I'm concerned about,
Whatever.
and I am legit concerned about, but the only thing I'm concerned about is the connection from Brawl. Let me make sure I get this right before I get 13,000 fucking comments. You fucking goddamn simpletons. But of Brawl and Swindle in the feet.
Mm-hmm.
That's the connection I'm worried about. Everything else looks
It's gonna be fine.
A-okay.
I can't wait to combine it and sleep with it.
Dude, I don't.
I'm taking pictures.
Like, I can't tell you how excited. Just to have
have
two combiners in that scale side by side. I cannot wait.
I don't know where the fuck I'm gonna put it.
See, I'm more concerned right now with that Minosaur, and just fucking seeing how that shit unfolds. Those two MakeToys Seekers, that Bad Cube Sideswipe, and various other things we'll talk about later. Not to mention all those Star Wars figures that are dropping.
Dude.
I figure I can pick up Zeta later.
Dude, just a month ago we were bitching about there was nothing coming out.
I mean, there's
now
still
there's just
no.
shitloads
That's not
coming
true.
out.
There's not shitloads.
No,
coming
it's
out.
true. There's shitloads. You're
There's
a
not
shitload.
shitloads coming out.
You're coming out.
There are shitloads coming out though. There really are though, Bobby.
There's
Okay, so
shitloads.
this-
There's shitloads announced, but there's
fuck
not
good
shitloads
coming
coming
out,
Like
Bobby.
there
Yeah.
Well, that's
hasn't.
better than what we're getting. We
If
wouldn't
we-
get announcements at all.
If we look at the
So-
month of June, there's not shitloads coming out.
Bobby, we wasn't getting announcements. We weren't getting anything.
I
Come on.
understand.
Thundercracker
I
and
understand
Skywarp are shipping to retailers. They'll be here by the end of the month.
Yeah.
Bad Cube, the two Bad Cube bots, whether you're in for them or
Iron
not,
Factory.
they'll be here at the end of the month. Yeah, all that little petty legend shit's gonna be here.
You're petty.
SH Figure Arts Obi-Wan, the reissue of Jedi Luke will be here this month.
Ghostbusters coming out.
Oh yeah.
Next month.
Actually, a fucking
well, these companies are dropping them two at a time now.
All right.
It used to be one at a time.
Yeah, I mean, if we're looking at releases, there are still as of today, there have been less releases this year than prior.
Three companies got a box set coming
releases.
out.
There's more releases I give a fuck about coming out this year. So that's what I'm looking at. I'm
But,
not
I mean,
looking at.
in theory.
Move it along, Robert.
Yeah, can we talk about something everyone loves?
Sure.
The perfect effect upgrade for Pat Prime's Abominus.
Paddle. I want Abominus. I just want the rest of the limbs to come out so I can get those.
I would love Toy World scaled.
I'm gonna go get a drink.
Yeah, right.
That would be pretty. That would be pretty neat. If they do another Abominus. I like the Unique Toys one, but the bigger one would be pretty cool.
Yeah, not Zeta. Those are probably like shit.
Oh yeah, the bot modes would be terrible, but the alt modes and combine mode would be awesome.
Yeah, they do good alt modes, don't they?
Yeah, the Combaticons and the aerial bots are really good in alt mode, and the bot modes for the aerial bots are not that bad. I don't think. That's just me. But combined mode, they're gonna be good. All right, anybody getting that? Abominus?
I'm getting this. I'm gonna just have the add-on kits on display.
Please do in a Detox too.
No, and a lighted Billy with a glass door.
Let it Billy.
That's all I'm gonna do. Should we wait till Bobby comes back with his stemless glass of boxed red wine?
Is he still? There you go.
He might be upset that we moved along.
Hot Toys?
Are we ready?
Hot Toys?
No. I'm ready.
Are you getting this, Bobby?
Which that?
Oh, you're back, Bobby?
I'm ready.
All right, I'm gonna get a drink. I'll be right back.
All right, where are we at?
I thought you were laying off the sauce, Greg.
Flip out.
Dude, I'm on board. I am on board.
I'm on board like a hooker.
Looks good.
Yeah.
My concern now is that if all of these end up looking this good in robot mode, and then it ends up working out right with parts forming and all that in combine mode, and I go with DX9 for robot mode, My concern with DX9 is the Motormaster. Like, if they don't use the trailer like they should use the trailer, is Motormaster going to look like a fucking Junkosaurus, like goddamn Onslaught from Unique Toys?
Wait, hold on.
My concern is DX9 better hurry up and get their shit out, because they're already going to, I think they're going to have like 2 or 3 of these out before even one of DX9 comes out.
Yeah.
They're supposedly, okay, so this is supposed to be releasing at the same time as their Dead End?
Yes,
So
I heard that.
I heard
that as well. So August or September?
Yeah, August. I was trying to find pictures of the Dead End, but I couldn't find them.
I saw the car mode. They just showed the car mode.
Robert, you see a face on his chest? Looks like a clown.
Yeah.
It looks like a cartoon parrot. A little white parakeet.
Like a little parrot.
Yeah, I got my pre-order for the next 2 in already.
Yeah, I didn't want to. I was just going to say I didn't want to add the pictures from a retailer and seem biased.
Yeah, no worries. These look fucking great though.
They do look good, and that breakdown was
well done.
Yeah, it's like sleeper hit of the summer
for $40 or whatever it was.
This guy's only $60 either, so that's just $20 more.
Yeah,
Not at all.
And like people are like, "Well, you're raising it $20." I'm like, "Are you guys serious?" Like,
I mean, really, come on now. If you're hurting for $20, like, you're the wrong fucking.
But I mean, not only that, but I mean, like $60 for this. I mean, $60 seems right for a Figuarts. Like $60 seems more than fair for this.
Dude, we were paying $100 for TFC shit. Come on now.
Yeah, TFC. Yeah. I mean, a number of different companies. I could go on and on.
Yeah. So $60 is a steal for this.
There was a whole thing developing on TFW because they talked to some
Greg,
foreign retailers.
Could you make sure I'm seated before you talk about the things developing on TFW? Because I don't want.
No, well, hold on. Just hold on. And there was this whole thing about them raising the price, and it's not really a big deal,
right?
It's just the fact that it's not the fact they're raising the price; it's the fact that it was presented as the breakdown. They were going to raise the price on the initial release, and then it all got sorted. And it's fine.
Oh yeah, I remember that.
Dude, it's just like if you promote your product at being $39.99 or whatever, and then at the last minute you're like, it's going to be $60. That's a problem. But if you put out a decent product for $40 and then you put out the same product for $60, when it could potentially be a $70 toy, then that's fine.
Oh,
and I think
$100.
I think these are fine. It's the Motormaster price I'm worried about.
I could see the only I could see Motormaster be about 100, 110.
Well, it's going to be the bulk of the combined.
Right. I think these all look good in all 3 modes. I mean, the alt mode and the bot mode too. I think if anybody wants to play some.
He said all 3 modes. Matt's got some insider knowledge.
I might, but I talk to some people sometimes. Some people talk to me sometimes, talk. But no, I really do.
I
both modes,
conversations.
I both modes that look really good. I mean, if anybody want to, use these as their bot modes or their fucking, the car mode or the combined mode, I think you cannot go wrong with either of these. So, I'm excited.
I am too, because I said, when we first went over these, I was like, dude, keeps making a fucking combiner. This is going to be a clusterfuck. And it still may be a clusterfuck because it's not done yet, but at least, the individuals seem to be fine.
Yeah. Karma looks good.
The individuals, I think, if all of them are on the par with that crack up, sign me up.
Mm-hmm.
I'm tempted to buy just 2 of the XTB instead of getting the DX9. That's, because the price is so reasonable and, fuck it. You know what I mean? The only reason why I'm getting 2 different sets is for review purposes, which I should probably think about adjusting as well.
No, but you might want to wait. I know you're going to wait to see how the combined mode looks before you buy 2 sets, though, right?
Well, no, I'm not. And also because it is Stunicons. If it was anything else,
sure.
I'd probably just make a decision and go with it. But I'm probably just going to wait it out and go with both, and then be disappointed in one, or maybe fucking heartbrokenly disappointed like I am with this goddamn Unique Toys Bruticus that I still can't break apart because it looks like a fucking piece of shit until I fucking compare the two.
You love it.
No, actually, to be fair, the Bruticus is fine. It's the fucking Blastoff and Vortex individually that are trash.
True that, homie.
All right.
Are you? Did you buy that whole set?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
So you don't owe any. You don't owe anybody.
Nope. It's all bought and paid for.
You want to sell it to me for like $150?
No. For the two arms.
No, the whole thing.
For the two arms.
That's just such a piece of shit. No.
Cut me a deal.
Yeah.
I don't really care about Bruticus.
I do.
Am I a heretic?
No. We like what we like, brother.
Like I don't care about the Zetas enough, and I like the way that one looks. I just think he's a little short, but if he's not gonna be on the same shelf, I might take him off your hands.
Yeah, I mean, if you want to buy him, I'll give you a good deal. But
I got some shit to fucking slog through though, because I got all sorts of shit coming out, and I got some bills due. But if he's just gonna be hanging out, like I might take him off your hands.
Yeah, cuz.
Yeah, cuz you don't have to transform into alternate mode. You can leave them combined. Just pack them on top of the boxes.
Yeah, the only one that I would have trouble getting rid of is Swindle. Because that Swindle figure, robot mode aesthetic wise, is a goddamn motherfucking home run, and the Brawl is a triple. And then we get to Onslaught, which was a double. And then we got a couple. And then we got Vortex, which was a single. And then we got Blastoff, which was just a complete fucking strikeout.
That's Vortex?
Have you used...
The Vortex is better than the Blastoff.
How many baseball analogies
Blastoff.
have you used in that?
Wait,
how many baseball analogies have you used in that?
I don't know, man. Maybe I'm in a baseball mood. We're getting ready to start the kickball tournament here at the Skullface house. Yeah, while... You know, we play kickball during the summer with the kids. Like, well, I do anyway. So, kickball tournaments get ready to start.
To play kickball.
You just make them stand in a line and you fucking kick your balls at them.
What an obnoxious thing to say.
Yeah, no, that was me.
You left crumbs on the floor. Boosh. You got up out of your chair. Boosh. Come on, kids. Time to play some kickball.
Have you guys seen that video with the mic'd up umpire?
Nope.
No.
So like the Mets played I want to say the Rays, but I might be wrong. And one of the Rays guys slid into second, and he fucking Mortal Kombated the fucking baseman's leg and broke it. So like 3 years later, they play again, and the pitcher tries to fucking hit the batter in the spine, and then the umpire's like, "Nope, not gonna have it. You're done." And it's like, I was just trying to throw a fastball. And he's like, nope, I knew you were going to say that. You're done. We're not doing this right here. It's a video that's been circulating. It's fucking funny as shit. It's just a bunch of New York motherfuckers, like, going off on each other. But it's like,
I don't get it.
It's like, we should mic more sports people. What'd you say, Matt?
He doesn't get it.
Oh, do you like baseball?
Yeah, I used to love playing it as a kid.
There's a lot of rivalries there. I'll share the video. I'll find the video and share it in the chat.
Thank you.
Worth watching. Matt, I would play a game of baseball with you anytime.
Oh yeah, I would do.
Just me and you. We have to run all the bases and the positions.
Ooh, that's gonna hurt.
Yeah, we can do it.
We moving on? Let's move it on.
Okay. Model MP Soundwave upgrade set.
Model.
Dude, I think
it's Model.
Did you hear who else is doing an MP Soundwave upgrade set?
Load Mole?
Adele,
yeah.
the singer, is actually also doing one. So.
What song does she sing?
Rumors. Right.
Okay.
Rumor has it. Yeah.
I don't know.
I know what I'm talking about.
That's Adele?
Yeah.
I thought she had that crying game where, like, I don't know, where she whines a lot or something. I don't know.
Yeah, I thought she was like the Eminem girl. The one's like, tea's gone cold, no why.
No.
I know that at all.
No. Who was that?
No, that's not Adele. That was
No, I know who that is.
Oh, okay.
I thought that was like the style.
Yeah, well, yeah, it's kind of similar to that. It's like
It's the same people like her that like.
Yes. Like that wave of like British singers, that British singers that sound like Southern black women singing.
Yeah.
Like Adele.
Wow.
Adele and Duffy and like that
Patrick
lot.
Duffy?
No. Like they have all this, like they don't they don't sing in a British accent, and they have like all this soul to what they're doing.
Wow. Is anybody getting this?
I am.
Cool. Tell me how it is. I get it.
So this is okay. So it's. Well, who's snickering in the background?
I was laughing at Matt.
Oh,
he's like,
okay. So it's pronounced model, I guess, but they spell it like that to be cool. This is the same company as this company, Infinite Transformation, and hold on, what is this one?
The Mole?
No, what's the English speaking canon? The one I said I got and sold. Like they're all the same company, and they're just putting out upgrades. But like they're it's all the same company. I have the light up heads kit for the Megatron, and it's pretty cool. So this one's got a light up. It's got a head, and it's got a light up face for the Takara Megatron, the Hasbro Megatron, and then that black cassette thing is a sound box, kind of like circa G2.
No, it's Soundwave, not Megatron.
Yeah, I know. I said, no, yeah. You know, I said I have the light up heads for the Megatron, but this kit is by the same company, and it's a light up face for the. And then that black tape thing is a sound box for Soundwave, and it plays the voices, and then it does other sounds. And then the gun's a light up thing. And it comes with that Megatron backplate, which is the trademark of this company at this point.
Oh, yeah. I saw that. How much is it?
But this this plate is actually geared to actually fit MP36, unlike the other ones. It's $34.99 shipped.
Oh, it's not bad.
It's cool. I like Soundwave, so I might get it too. I plan on it.
That'd be like something pick up at like a TFCon or something. They had it laying around or something. I'd probably pick that up like that.
God, suck a dick for it. What did you say?
You stink? Did you say you stink?
I suck. I'm trying to transform this fucking crack rock without the instructions.
Please don't break it.
The instructions are garbage.
Oh yeah, they're small.
Okay. We're moving on.
No.
Yeah.
We are talking
Hasbro
about
news.
This film.
Yay!
I don't want to talk about it.
There's some good stuff here.
Okay, Hasbro news.
I don't know about the Optimus Primal.
Takara Encore Optimus Primal official images.
I don't know why they're redoing this or encoring this one. That's not really a good figure.
I feel like Bobby needs this though.
He does. He does. And he will get it.
You would feel like I needed this.
Because it's apes. You know, come on now.
And together.
Dude, he has an action feature
apes
on his back. It's not described. There's a lever. You pull the lever down and he beats his fucking chest.
I know. You can't get better than that, man.
When he's in the beast mode. Look at that beast face.
I have
this is right up your alley.
I have one, and I may send it to Bubba for him to review.
Why does he have the Eye of Sauron on his chest?
Why would you not have that? That's
what
Space
was
Machines.
that, man? I can't remember. What did that do? That did something, but that was just activated as voice features, right?
I think so. Yeah, this is Beast Machines. So, or this was it Beast Machines or Universe?
It's been a long time. No, it came out in Universe.
Okay.
But it was a Beast Machines toy because it's been a long time since I had it. But
yeah, it was first Beast Machines,
and he's like, the seeds of the future are buried in the past.
Yeah, I got the Universe one. I think, like I said, they did have a Beast Machines one. This is the original.
No, they only released it in Universe.
Okay.
It didn't make Beast Machines. Yeah.
Look at image 6, please.
Freeze.
Okay, he's flying.
He said freeze.
Do you see the fishing wire?
Well, why wouldn't you see fishing wire? He's not actually going to fly.
And look at that action pose. I mean, that's high quality. That's top end stuff.
I really don't understand why they encore in this one. I don't understand that. That's kind of weird. That's out of.
Good eye on the fishing wire. I didn't see it.
Because that one dude in the groups, that Wesley Dixon guy, he's been pushing for a fucking Hasbro Beast Wars revival. Yeah, and they're like, all right, well, let's release our best toy first.
Well, I know. So, with all the Beast, there's some good Beast Wars stuff out there, but then.
Yeah, it's the best one.
And he has a disc that shoot out of his abdomen.
Oh, he does. I forgot about that. Look at the first picture. He's just like, look at that. It's like
he looks like hey Robert. The chest looks like Krang from the Turtles.
Nah.
No, a little bit.
It looks.
You're batting 1,000, Matthew.
It looks like the Technodrome. Give me that.
Anyway, it was weird. We're moving on. It's just a weird choice.
He could fly. I mean, this was Air Attack Optimus Primal.
It's fishing line Optimus. He's got that fucking fishing line attack.
It's just a weird choice to do an encore, and I don't know.
Bobby, look at picture number 9.
Picture number 9.
Apes. Strong.
Yeah. No, I think that this looks awful.
I'm gonna tell you right now, on my review for the gorilla, I beat my chest. I'm just gonna say that I beat my chest.
But Bobby, he painted his toenails.
Good.
You see that? Mm-hmm. You getting it?
Not okay. So for this next one, just to preface the announcement, I didn't want to oversaturate the pictures. I picked the official pictures, but like some of the pictures people took from the con, like this Megatron looks really cool. I don't know if it's for me, but it actually does end up translating pretty well into a physical product. But anyway, Robert.
Okay. MP36 Plus and MP29 Plus official images.
I do think the Megatron looks good, to be honest. Too.
It looks cool. It's not for me, but like they did a really good job making it look like a 80s toy, except for the dick crotch.
Yeah, I think this is. I think they did everything they could.
Yeah.
Why are you laughing?
Image 7. Image 7.
Oh, he got the thing up his booty. Yeah. Like, oh, that is. Hey, when you're taking a shit and you hit the water and hit your butt, that's what the kind of move you make like that.
It's like when he jumped out of Starscream's hand, he landed on this piece of metal, and he's like, "Ah, Starscream, you idiot!"
No, that's the shit. That's where you take the water shit. That's how you look when you do the water shit.
Wait, is that Transformer poop? Maybe that's what Transformer poop looks like a tube.
It could. Why wouldn't it look like a tube?
Why wouldn't it be? Did Transformers shit metal? Do they shit in the comics?
No, they don't.
Shatter Cast Uncut, keeping it classy since the day.
Wait, what?
You thought we couldn't lower our standards? We could.
Why does he have the Decepticon symbols on his butt on picture 15?
So that when it forms a gun, it has the Decepticon symbols on the sides. Yeah.
So now he's got hot pants on? Shouldn't it say juicy on there or something? Or?
In all the comics, a Decepticon never fucking pissed on some Autobot lying on the floor.
No, that was the movie. Bumblebee peed on Sector 7.
Image 5 is so stupid.
That's the gun face.
I'm locked down. Look at me. I'm locked down.
That was lockdown before lockdown, man.
Image
Megatron,
5?
you've got your fusion cannon on your face.
Oh, I gotcha. Yeah, it's fine.
Is that fine?
I mean, I guess so. I don't fucking know what's fine with any of this shit sometimes. Like, I think at a certain point when I see something and I'm like, this shit is not for me. I think in my head, once I sign off on that paperwork, it's all just fucking fine.
If I bought this MP36 Plus, I would display him in Image 5. Would be my display.
On a Detox by itself?
Can I share something that I just told Kit on mute?
No.
And I kind of regret doing it on mute. No offense to Matt or Robert, but do you remember that scene in Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 2, Secret of the Ooze, greatest movie that ever happened, American cinema, when Shredder mutates Toka and
Ever?
Razor.
Yes,
And
of
then
course.
they come out, and then he busts out of that shack, and he's like, "Babies, they're babies." I feel like that at least once every podcast we do.
Huh.
Yeah.
I don't. Yeah, I'm probably gonna quit Shattercast now.
It's more Robert, not you. It's mostly Robert, but I had to have
What
two.
about bodily functions? I mean, they have to eat. They eat energy. They
You
drink
can be
energon.
Matt, you can be the wolf. Robert can be the turtle.
Yeah, I'm
That
fixing.
makes it better.
I got bigger things coming along, so it'd be alright
He's
if I
like-
left.
Transformers poop, mama.
I don't think anybody missed me. I don't think anybody missed me, so I think I'd be alright if I left. I'm offended.
Matt.
I like this purple. I like the Shockwave, but I'm not
like
gonna get
that
it. I'm
purple
fine with
too.
my other. I'm fine with my other Shockwave, but that's a nice
you?
deep purple. It's a good band too. Deep purple.
I was about to make that comment. See, that's what
Deep.
I mean.
Deep Purple's a fucking great band. Like.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, like that's a big
Boys
deal
are back in
band.
town, man. Let's go.
That was Thin Lizzy, but
Yeah, I would like to take a quick second and thank everybody.
Oh, was
and,
it?
Yeah,
My bad.
yeah. But I would like to take it. I have the Deep Purple. What's the Deep Purple record where they look like Mount Rushmore on the cover?
oh, dude, I wouldn't.
That was
You
actually
know what I'm
called
talking about, though, right?
Yeah, but I wouldn't. I can't. I can Google it. Hold on.
Hold on, I am too. Album covers.
Hey, you.
I like Thin Lizzy then. Fuck it, I don't like Deep
Because that was
Purple.
my shit when I was
Boys
like.
are back in town. Boys are back in town.
That was
I do that, man. Picture 28 with MP Shockwave with
It was,
Soundwave and Starscream.
Deep Purple in Rock.
That sucked. That album sucked.
Dude, you suck, bro.
No, you suck. You're a Spice Girls fan. Shut up.
You're you're actually legitimately a Spice Girls fan.
am.
How that? You know what's you know what's crazy? Matt? Can I tell you what's crazy? When someone uses things about themselves to attack other people, like if you're like you have all these qualities about yourself, and you're like, you know how I'm gonna get this guy? I'm gonna talk about the things that I am self-conscious about as an attack toward him.
Okay.
The album. Whoa, hold on. Actually, hold on 1 second.
Hold on for one more.
Matt might have actually fucking. Wait, hold on now. Hold on.
Hold
Oh, we did. I'm posting it and posting in the chat. The album that he confused, or the song he confused, was by Thin Lizzy off their album Jailbreak. I forgot what the original cover of Jailbreak. I'm gonna post it in the official chat because this shit's official as fuck. Like, fuck, god damn it! It didn't save. Hold on.
Picture 28 looks pretty good.
Oh, stop, Matt. You'll like this.
No, I'm just saying. I like Picture 28 with Shockwave, Soundwave, and Starscream. Looks pretty good.
This shit looks like Marvel Ironhide.
Hold on for one more day. Break free.
Look at the album cover. That looks like Marvel Ironhide.
Yeah. I'm not. I just want to give a quick shout out to everybody that commented on the Vortex video that knew the reference to Flight of Dragons. You have my.
It was Pete's Dragon.
You were wrong, Matthew.
But you're wrong. I'm definitely leaving. I'm tired of this being mean to me and shit.
It's not being mean. Look, dude. Shout out to Robert for knowing the song. Should we pull this song up? Let's see if we can pull it. Do you know this song, Robert, or are you just intimidating us?
Wait, what's the song?
I mean, not intimidating, imitating.
Why are you intimidating us?
No, I've been drinking a little bit tonight. Pardon me.
What's the song about?
Don't intimidate me, man.
Flight of Dragons. It's by like Don McLean, I think.
John Ritter is the star.
John Ritter is the star, but I think Don McLean did the song, and he's kind of known for some shit. But let's see.
Like the Eagles?
Is that him? I don't know. I don't get me lying.
That's the Dragons.
Don
yeah.
Henley?
All right,
Or the Eagles, yeah. No, yeah, Don McLean.
Oh, that's terrible.
It's like the boys' version of Last Unicorn.
Dude, yes, that's exactly what it was.
Oh, I got confused with.
This was like an '80s like fantasy movie. It wasn't a show. It was just like a 90-minute movie, and like it was fucking vicious. Like not totally vicious, but it had some vicious parts.
Matt was right. I actually got my Dons mixed up there on the fly. Don McClane is
Die Hard.
Are you guys ready?
Tell me.
Thin Lizzy.
Long time ago, I can still remember how that music.
Please don't ban our ads from this video, YouTube.
Is this American?
I think as long as we're under 15 seconds.
Oh, alright, we're about to be at fucking 8 minutes and 36 seconds there, bud.
Wow.
But February made me shiver.
Okay. No.
Yeah, you know. Oh wait, let's skip. We're still under 15. That'd be right.
You might get. Okay.
Hold on. I'm acting it out like
That sounds fucking great.
Like this.
I do.
Sing it with me, guys. Sing it.
I don't know it, but I wish I did.
You don't know the song, Bobby?
That's like American Pie.
You do, Bobby. You're gonna know it.
Oh, okay.
Here, let's appease
The
YouTube.
artwork died.
Hold on. Hey, Bobby, we were singing this.
Oh yeah, of course. Yeah. No wonder I liked it.
Is anybody getting Megatron or Shockwave?
Yes.
No.
I might get the Megatron if an option comes out that suits that type of budget.
I think they're both $200. I think they're both $200.
Greg, what Legends did you pick up? Did you pre-order today? I saw you post something in the chat, but I didn't get a chance to really check it out yet.
Yeah, let's change the subject to something happier. Well, so someone was like, "Hey, dude, the Marvel Legends are up on BBTS," and I jumped on it the second he said they went up. I got Doc Ock, and I went to get Spider-Ham, and he was already sold out.
I got Doc Ock secured through Crashbox. As a real quick to everybody, Crashbox is carrying both of those waves. I got Doc Ock secured through Crashbox because he's actually double packed in that case, so he shouldn't be an issue. And then I pre-ordered the Typhoid Mary, and Spider-Ham was already sold out.
Yeah, I got Doc Ock from BBTS with their $4 shipping for pretty much like $1.50 over retail with tax. And that shipped, so I wasn't mad about that. But I really want Spider-Ham.
Yeah, Spider-Ham was sold out when I went.
If anyone's listening and they can hook me up with Spider-Ham and possibly like that Build-A-Figure Lizard, except for the part that came with Mysterio, I'd be almost done with my collection. So that'd be cool.
I need the Spider-Ham and the Cloak, Dagger, and Elektra.
Yeah, I kind of want to go in on that wave. See, are those the ones you need?
From that wave?
I don't need Cloak, Dagger, or Elektra, but I kind of want the Spider-Mans.
Dude, let's go in on the... Oh, what about Daredevil?
I don't care about Daredevil.
Okay, so I don't care about Daredevil either, so that's the problem.
You get
Well, I'll take a Daredevil, but how's Spider-Ham packed?
Spider-Ham isn't in that wave. I don't think he's double packed. I don't know, though.
Wait, which wave is he in, then?
He's in the Venom wave.
Oh.
Right.
Yeah, the other one.
The other one is Daredevil, some sort of superior Spider-Man, I think, and then...
No, it's Kane, Scarlet Spider.
Oh, yes, that's right. That's right. You're 100% right on that. And then there's another Spider-Man, and then there's Elektra, Doc Ock, Cloak, and Dagger.
Yeah, and then Spider-Ham comes with, like, all the Build-A-Figure parts. Like, he's got, like, the two different chests, the torso.
Yes,
and,
because
like,
he's a
an
little
alternate
fella.
head.
And he comes with an alternate Venom head for the Venom monster, which is pretty fucking badass.
Yeah. Yeah, that's the one figure out of that wave I really wanted. Like, I like the symbiotes. I kind of wanted the Shriek and the what's it, Venom?
Yeah.
Virus, Venom. And
But Poison, they have Poison.
Poison, that's it. And what's the difference between the other Venom and the Carnage from the other ones? They just have extra heads?
And the pain is different.
See, I don't really need all that.
Yeah, me neither. I'll probably the Spider Ham and Typhoid Mary are the only ones I give a fuck about. If I see Poison and Screamer or whatever name is like out in the wild and just need something to do with my money, then I'll pick it up. Yeah,
Never trust a big butt and a smile,
dude.
Well, see,
Facts.
I don't really want Shriek and Poison if I don't get a doppelganger and the other symbiotes.
Right. Well, I'm sure they're making. I'm sure they're making whatever's left. They've done a number of them so far.
Yeah, well, that doppelganger Spider-Man, that's the one I want. You know what I'm talking about? The 6-arm.
Yes. Yep. Another one.
To go with Demogoblin?
Yep. All right. I'm sorry for derailing. What's next?
Well, hold on. I hope someone makes doll clothes for that Doc Ock to give him that
For the
white
suit?
suit from that. Second. Was it the second or the third Sinister Six?
I have no idea. I'm trying to think about what villains I need from Spider-Man now after Doc Ock.
No, go ahead.
No, I'm saying that was it. Period. After Doc, you know what I mean? Like after Doc Ock, I don't know what else I need.
To be honest with you, if it's not Sinister Six or a symbiote, I really don't care.
Who else is there? What other big? I would get a tarantula.
Pace Pot Pete.
Nope, I pass on that. I don't know what that's about.
Oh, Trapster.
No,
I don't know it. I don't trust it. I don't like it.
Yeah,
you don't remember Pace Pot Pete?
No, I'm good on
You
Pace
hang out
Pot
with the
Pete.
wizard.
No, I'm good on all that shit.
Saucer.
No, I'm good. I do need a tarantula. I don't know what else. I feel like it's almost a wrap for me with Spider-Man villains. And as long as they keep making bullshit Build-A-Figures like this, I'm fucking aces.
Yeah, I don't even know what this is. Like, I must have missed that issue.
Robert just said Build-A-Figures because that's what I said. And that's usually some shit that I wouldn't catch immediately. And then when I listen back to the show, I would laugh at. So I'm just going to go ahead and say I caught it this time.
Hey, speaking of Bobby, why don't we do any text from Robert?
Oh, anymore? Good. I'm glad you brought that up. So Robert doesn't text me anymore. So that's why, why we don't do text from Robert.
I texted him like 10 times today.
I kind of regret tapping out of X-Men because, like, that next wave has
dude, they're doing everything. Like, like the moment they announce a strong guy, I'm gonna fucking make the little girl voice like a strong guy and a Wolfsbane and a Feral, and I'm fucking set.
Yeah, I might have to restart. See, that was a problem with my X-Men collection. Like, I got the current that current wave, and then I had to go back and get Toy Biz ones to fill it in, and I was spending too much money, and I was like, fuck this. But if I can get them for like retail,
yeah, I mean they're coming.
New Psylocke,
they're coming.
I've seen new Gambit. I can't fucking talk tonight.
Gambit,
a Gambit, and an Archangel.
Yeah, I'm sure those are coming. I'm sure they're coming.
Really?
And a Beast.
I'm sure that's coming too.
Got a new Bishop.
I don't know if it'll be a classic Beast. That's the only question.
Yeah. All right. I want an animated series Beast.
Yeah, of course.
I want to hanging upside down from the logo in the intro with his glasses on, reading a book.
Dude, I'll never forget my Selena one time was down in my basement and she was like, I want to be White Queen for Halloween, and she ended up being White Queen for Halloween. And I was like, okay, cool, no problem. You know, I got you. You know, we'll take care of it. We're gonna have to alter the costume a little bit, but we'll be fine. And she was like, and who should Jaina be? And I was like, whoever Jaina wants to be. And she was like, I think Jaina should be Beast. And I was like, that's not very nice. And she was like, and then she just wears her underwear and she can be a furry friend.
What did Jaina say about that?
Oh, she's fucking furious. And then Jaina's like, well, you should be Wolverine. And then Zelina's like, you should be Wolverine. You know, it was like, they all just call each other shitty, fucking, like, unattractive characters to be for Halloween. It's like their thing.
Look, okay, I know we need to get on track, but just while I'm thinking about it,
I have Morlock.
I have not, and I don't necessarily trust critics, but did anyone watch The Cloak and Dagger?
I have not.
I heard critically it's doing well.
I know in your head you like are you like hesitant to say it because you know in your heart that it's not good.
And I'm like, hashtag not my cloak and dagger.
Yeah.
I also said that about every other show.
I've always thought that conceptually Cloak and Dagger was a very cool idea. But when they announced the show and then kind of like that it was like a teen drama and all that, I was like, nope, I'm out.
Yeah. I just know Cloak and Dagger like really sticks out to me because like when they would show up in the stories in the 90s and like you just see like fucking Cloak.
Yeah.
like taking up the entire fucking panel.
like the fucking like Herald of Death.
Yeah, and then like daggers like jumping out of him.
Yeah.
Yeah, like that. That imagery sticks with me more than the actual characters do.
Definitely.
So, like when they don't look like that, then it's like.
Definitely. All right, Robert, you're good now.
Okay. Golden Lagoon set.
What other Marvel Legends are coming out other than that?
I almost changed the Hasbro fucking.
Dude, if you would have changed all the notes to Marvel Legends notes, I would have laughed my ass off.
No, I almost changed it. What's that? What's the bridal shower thing? Something borrowed, something blue.
Oh yeah, something
new.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was gonna change it, but there were too many entries to play it off. Like something shitty, something used, something maybe, something ooh.
Yeah.
But there were too many different notes. So like some of the stuff looks good, some of it's like.
Matt, are you in for any of this?
I'll get the star screen.
All right.
Isn't it a set?
No, it's sold individually. I think the Prime and Perceptor are together, I think, and then I don't know. Star screen is sold by itself, I think, so I'll get him by himself. I mean, it's cool. I mean, it's weird, I guess, but it's for some people.
Are you serious? I thought this was a box set.
No, they're selling it individually.
That's weird.
Well, not individually, but they're set. They're sold as sets, like the MP Prime and I think Perceptors together, and then Sea Spray and what's the Bumble? What's his name? Fuck.
Bumbletree?
No, the Doom Buggy. Fuck, what's his name?
Beachcomber?
Beachcomber. I think they're sold together, and then I think Starscreen is sold by itself. I think. Yeah, the MC10. Yeah. So MP10 is by itself. Perceptor, Beachcomber, and Sea Spray are sold as a set, and then Starscream is sold by itself.
Yeah, this looks like garbage. Absolute fucking trash. I'm sorry.
You don't have to be sorry. That's your opinion. Yeah.
Oh shit! They have the. They have the Cloak and Dagger shit is back up.
Wait, what?
The Cloak and Dagger, like that wave is back up. Like when I checked before, it was taken down. Like all the shit was sold out. The shit is back up.
Is that the Spider? Is that the one with Spider-Ham?
Yep. No. It's not the one with Spider-Ham. It's the other one.
God damn it! I only need Doc Ock for that one.
You know what bothers me about this is it's not a real like Golden Lagoon set because it's so cheap looking. Like there's just some gold chrome and then that shit tan. They should have just chromed the whole thing out. That would make it a real like kind of like collector quality set. I think. No.
I don't know, man.
Matt.
I agree.
I think it would have looked better if the solid gold chrome. I agree, but I don't think. Look, this is literally the fucking polishing a turd situation.
Oh! God damn it! He sold out again.
Who is that?
Spider-Ham.
No, that one didn't go back up. It was the other wave that went back up.
Oh, because it didn't. Okay, I forgot how big Bad Toy Store is business. God damn it.
Yeah. No. Yeah.
No. Okay. Absolutely not.
Matt, are you getting every one of these?
I just said I'm getting the Starscream one, Robert.
But what about the others?
No, probably not.
What about the others?
Okay. Should we move on, Matt?
Let's move on.
Sure, I guess.
I think Matt's upset. Did you upset Matt?
Hey,
No,
look,
I'm just...
things are about to get a lot better coming up here, Matt.
MP Optimus Prime version 3.
No, you missed Beast Wars Megatron.
Did I miss something?
Mm-hmm.
Shit. Colored MP 43. Thank you, Matthew.
That's fucking beautiful. Alrighty then.
This is the Beast Wars Masterpiece Megatron.
Yeah, I don't have anything to offer this conversation. I think it looks just like it should. That being said, I think what it should look like is fucking dumb.
What about that paint?
Looks great.
What about that sculpt?
Looks great.
Would shake his hand, Bobby.
Would I shake?
Kind of like on your shelf.
If you on my shelf, it would look out of place, but on people that have shelves like this, it would look perfect.
Shelves like what? What are you trying to say?
He's a racist.
What?
I'm waiting for him and Dinobot. I think Dinobot's gonna be good too. I don't like the back. It's kind of a lot of shit going on in the back. But
yeah, someone sent us a listener question, and they were like, and it's in the notes. We'll get to it eventually. But they were like, I think Beast Wars Megatron's gonna be the only Predacon they release. I'm like, but Dinobot's coming out.
Well, I guess he kind of was a, look.
I don't think he's going to be the only Predacon to come out.
I don't think he'll be the only Predacon to come out either. But I can see how somebody asking that question could see Dinobot as not a full Predacon.
Why is that, Bobby?
Because he's a flip-flopper, switch-sider.
Really?
Yeah.
What? How did that happen?
I consider him a maximum.
Dude, you act like I haven't seen the show. I have seen the show. You think that me watching the show...
You espouse about it like an expert.
You think that me getting to watch the show would make me like it, but it didn't.
I'm trying to hear you talk about it.
I don't like that backpack, though. That's a lot of folding pieces.
Fine.
It's fine.
Hey, Matt, does it look like a bad hand of cards?
No, listen, Greg, I can say that it doesn't look good. It doesn't mean I'm not going to get it, but it doesn't fucking look good. Look at it. I mean, come on.
Does it look like
it's
a
all
bad...
folded pieces and shit. Look at picture 16
and
tell me that looks fucking good.
Like a bad hand of cards?
Yeah.
Like a bad hand of cards, Matt.
A what, Bobby? A bad what?
Hand of cards. You know what you do with a bad hand of cards, man?
You fold them.
Y'all have poisoned and ruined Matt. Finally, have done it.
No, I ain't ruined it. I'm definitely getting it. It looks fucking beautiful from the front, and that's how I'm gonna look at it. But
I think you're missing the point of what I'm saying.
I usually miss it anyways when y'all talk.
2 years ago, you would have fucking threatened somebody with a sword and a shield, and now you're like, it looks terrible, but I'm getting it. You're getting to that point. You're almost like them. They're corrupting you.
You're almost like them.
Matt, you're the best of us. You're our last hope.
Years ago, you served my father in the Clone Wars.
Wow. This crap rock is pretty solid.
I sense good in you, Matt.
No, I mean, I could find everything. I mean, it's beautiful, and I can find more ways it looks better. I mean, it looks good than it looks bad. Just the backpack looks bad.
I definitely
the rest of it,
Matt, I agree. It looks great.
Good.
It looks.
That's
great.
what I'm trying
Matt,
to point.
You were supposed to destroy the Bobby, not join him.
I'm not joining him. I still like Transformers.
Like a brother.
I hate you.
I hate you. I hate you.
No, I think it looks great. Matt, I agree with you. I think it looks fantastic. I do. I think it looks... I think for what it's trying to do, it looks perfect.
Hey, Matt, I got one piece of advice for you, though.
Hold on for one more day.
I have the high ground.
Break free from the trains.
Beware the high ground, Matt.
I have the high ground, Matt.
Man, fuck the high ground. Fuck Star Wars, dude.
I thought it smelled bad from the outside.
Matt, beware the high ground, all right?
All right,
you underestimate my opinion.
Hey, Matt, but with comebacks like fuck Star Wars, you don't have to worry about taking the high ground. You know what I mean?
I don't understand what you mean, Bobby.
All right, what's next?
Okay, I guess.
Can you imagine a Matt Darth Vader? Can we take 60 seconds to reflect?
Aw,
I just did.
It's not an insult. Like, let's just picture it in our heads.
I couldn't.
We'll sketch it out and we'll share
You're
it.
turning him into a Matt Darth Vader right now. He's gonna force choke you.
Dude, that shit would be awesome.
I need to form another podcast.
His lightsaber would be clear.
That would be like, no.
Well, that ain't what I hear. What I hear is you're part of the Rebel Alliance and a traitor. Take her down there.
That's lightsaber would come out 3 inches.
Hey, Zero, what we talking about? We might have to do. I may be doing
No, we got to get through this. We got to get through this. We've kind of talked about this Prime a little bit, but
yes,
there it is.
The new MP version 3.
And I think it looks great.
I think that's good too.
I want to see more in order to lock down my opinion, and I do think that the pelvis looks a little bit like an angry beaver, but I think it looks
it does.
I need to see it from the back.
That's what they all say.
I do agree with people's complaints that the box truck looks very, well, the cab looks very panely. That's not an issue for me. I'm okay with the number of panels. Panels moving around, making up a square is fine to me. Doesn't bother me. But I do want to see official images. And once I see official images, I can kind of make a decision. But I am very optimistic based on what I can see, so to speak.
Why'd they take a picture with a potato?
What?
It's a picture of a slide on a screen from probably far away.
Yeah.
Where's the potato?
See,
they took the picture. They took the picture with a potato, Robert. It looks terrible.
Here's my thing about this. Like, okay, a robot that leads an army of other robots to fight the evil Decepticons, and he turns into a truck. I'm fine. But when you make a physical representation of him and he's panely, that's where I can't suspend my disbelief anymore. That's when it becomes real.
Right. I mean, and
I can't overlook that.
And look, so like here's the thing, like there are versions of Optimus Prime that don't look this panely in prototype images. I agree. However, I don't think that's a matter of subjectivity. It's a matter of what people are looking for. But it just doesn't bother me. Like if the shit looks the shit in robot, and it has to perform a number of tricks in order to look the shit in truck mode, I'm willing to take the sacrifices that makes in order to make that happen.
Yep. No, I'm with you.
I love how
I
they
just
don't
think
have
it's funny that people bitch about panels and such in a mostly cartoon accurate transforming figure. They're like, well, the panels don't make it accurate. Like, well, you don't understand how animation works, I guess.
I love how you can't see the tires on the legs. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, they hit it. I mean, like, and it is little things.
That transformation's gonna be awesome, I think.
For me, maybe coming from the old school MP perspective, where like I look inside the calves and legs, and I'm like, man, it would have been nice to get a little extra sculpted detail there, but it's not a deal breaker. It's just something to mention, kind of in passing, much like this. Like I just did.
I wonder how much he's gonna be.
$7,000.
$300.
$250. $300. To be honest, I wish they wouldn't do the trailer. I mean, I'd rather just have the bot. We already have a trailer.
Well, wasn't MP10 close to 300 when it came out?
I think so. It was 280.
Was it 280? In my head, it was 250, but I could be very wrong. I don't know. I don't know.
Somewhere around there.
Toys R Us?
Toys R Us was 150.
Toys R Us. Well, it was $99.99 when it first came out.
Oh, okay.
And then they raised the price after like a week.
Oh,
because I remember I locked mine on layaway when I first saw it. I went over there and I was like, oh, and I put it on layaway.
$100 for MP10 is a fucking steal.
Yeah, and then the next week it was like $129.99 or something like that, or $119. Yeah, okay, so it was $129.
I saw people bitching about the fucking gun, about it being too skinny and shit. I was like, what?
That's more what it's gonna look like.
No, I'm just, I
think that, like, I could be wrong, and I'm willing to admit I'm wrong, but
I doubt that.
For me, when I saw this, like, this feels like Optimus Prime from Transformers the movie, and like even the gun. Absolutely, I 100% agree, Greg. Which is why it's the one that does it for me. So, like, I do agree that the gun isn't necessarily as as accurate as it is to like the regular animation model, but I feel like it's more indicative of that movie representation, which for me is the best representation of an animated Prime.
Yeah, and not to put words in your mouth, but here's my thing, and if you agree, you agree. If you don't, you don't. Like, you watch season 1 and 2, and like you love Prime. Like he becomes like a fucking icon.
Like a father
He becomes
figure.
part of your life.
Yep.
Yeah, exactly. And he's like, we must turn the Decepticons, and we must make them see the error of their ways, and we must non-violently whatever. And then all of a sudden he's like, Megatron must be stopped, no matter the cost. And then it's like, you got the touch. And then you're just like, that's my Prime.
Yeah, because I feel like that movie Prime, that's Prime pushed to his limits. You know,
and that's what that's what stuck with me.
100%.
Push it to the limits.
For me as well. Walk along the razor's edge.
Do y'all think? Do you consider the MP36 a movie Megatron though? The A6 movie?
Not as much. I mean, I can see how someone could say that, but when I saw the prototype, it didn't evoke the movie images like this does for me. Like when I see this, I imagine if they had turned the angle of the camera down like 30 degrees, it would look like the cover of that one DVD.
Okay.
But what about if you put those parts on it though? Like, do you not get that? Because I've seen some pictures, people like
like the parts, that's fine.
Photographers have taken, and they
the
put
parts
him in poses where he's like floating through space and all that. I'm like, that looks.
Yeah, no, I agree.
And like they frame it. And
but
it
when I first saw the prototypes, it didn't scream movie to me.
Oh yeah, okay.
You know what screams?
Screamed better than Apollyon when I saw it.
You know what screams movie is the Prime statue.
Dude, I'm not.
Thank you for this segue.
Are we on?
M3, M3 Studios X Concept Zones The Last Night Prime.
Jesus.
Oh look, Bobby, it's another Last Night Prime fucking statue.
Shoot.
Dude, just fucking.
I mean,
beautiful.
I think it looks great. Look, it's very similar to the Beast Wars Megatron to me. I think it looks exactly like it should. And what that is something that I have zero interest in, but I think they did a fantastic job.
Now, here's my question: how come people don't cry about the oversaturation of the market over these fucking the Last Night Optimus Prime statues, but if like 2 third-party companies put out the same character, they're up in arms?
Dude, I think so this is something I've noticed. So like I'm in all these groups and I see all this bullshit and like when you look in the groups and the 2 primes get released on the same day and everybody is bitching and moaning and picking a sign and drawing their battle lines and they're ready to go to war for their champion. And then I'm in the SH Figuarts and the Mafex groups and when the Batman is released, they're picking their sides and drawing their lines and ready to go to war. But when the Hot Toys, like in the Hot Toys groups that I'm in, like when they show a sideshow Han Solo, nobody gets up in arms. Everybody's like, "Yeah, man, that's cool." Like
because they collect dolls.
Like
I can't wait to have tea.
I hate to say this, man. I hate to say this, but you want me to tell you what my diagnosis?
Lay it down, Bobby. Lay it down.
When you're talking about pieces that are a lot of money, you're dealing with clientele with a different level of class.
My dude just said pieces and clientele.
Wow. You just
talking about some toys.
Do you want to spit on me when I'm down too? Do you want to spit on me?
I'm saying that when $100 is a lot of money to you. And look, $100 can be a lot of money to me. When $100 is a lot of money to you and you have to dedicate that $100 to something, I feel like those people are very committed to their choice. Whereas when people are spending like $250 and up for their shit, like $100, like, and I'm not talking about me. I'm talking about these people that are buying shit. Like they just buy everything. They just buy everything that comes out. Like, yeah, money's not an issue. I'm just buying what I want, bro. Like, they don't care. They don't care what you're buying. They don't care. They don't. They don't care. Like, they're just like, fine, that's good. That's good. It looks good to me. It's not for me. I'm not going to buy it. I'm going to wait for the Hot Toys, or I'm going to wait for the Sideshow, or I'm going to wait for the premium format, or I'm going to wait for the fucking, Imaginarium or whatever the fuck. But they don't get it all bent out of shape as much. It's like, no, not for me. I'm into this.
So you don't. I'm trying to continue your cadence here.
Nice flush.
So, yeah. Well, thank you. I had to pee, and I unmuted after I peed. I'd rather hear the flush than the actual pee. Thanks for drawing attention to it, man.
I want to hear some bloop, bloop, bloop.
Would you say Would you say it's more people that have disposable income, or it's more people that I don't know, just jumped into something a couple years ago and they got to kind of be like internet cool guys and their whole things like certain fights.
Well, look. So here we go.
Stuff.
Let me
based on what they can afford.
Let me put it in perspective. Are you gentlemen on this panel familiar with Ollie's?
Oh, you mean that that magical fucking receptacle and exportorium of
fine
General Hasbro
products? Yes, that one.
Yes.
And are you also are you gentlemen on this panel familiar with Wegmans?
I am not familiar with Wegmans, but I kind of feel like I need a monocle to continue, so I'm tapping out.
Okay,
Isn't that where you buy your?
Is that where you buy your
cleaner?
cheese?
Yes, it is where I buy my cheese. As a matter of fact, that's a fucking fact. And not for nothing, I could have gone for something tonight. We get this Irish like extra sharp cheese from there. Justin L. He knows what I'm talking about. He fucking loves that cheese.
Oh, that Kerrygold. You can get that shit from fucking Kroger, bro.
So look.
Yeah, bro.
Come on now.
Wegmans is where my wife shops for groceries as her primary choice. And Ollie's is in the area in which I work, and we often go there for random things that we need throughout the day.
Like beach chairs and tiki torches and
usually not so much
second
tiki,
rate.
not so much tiki torches.
He's saying you walk around with tiki torches.
Different mop brush and mop accessories. So I will say this: never in my life have I seen a fist fight break out in Wegmans. I just haven't seen it. And I go there fairly often. With my wife, I get a coffee and we walk around. It's not a big deal. Never in my life have I seen a fist fight break out in Wegmans. I have seen 4 fist fights break out in Ollie's.
Over what?
He just called me an
Over fucking anything, dude. Over the lines weren't clear as to like, you know how like some like supermarkets, they have like, and Ollie's isn't a supermarket, but like some supermarkets have, or some retail areas have a line that's like a general line, and then you get up to a waiting point, and then you go to the first available cashier. And then some places you pick a cashier and you get in line, right? Mm-hmm. I've seen a fight break out at Ollie's.
Wait, can you explain it to me?
Where people have gotten into what they thought was a general line, and then one of the cashiers has like screamed out over the clientele, as a heads up, you can just get in whatever line you want. And then people start cutting in line and breaking in line in order to get into the first place position, and people have been like, fuck you, you ain't gonna get in front of me, you see I was waiting in that fucking line for the, and then a fucking fist fight is broken out 4 times. 4 times I've seen it.
So people that collect Hot Toys are more sophisticated than
it's not a matter. It's not. No. I don't think. Listen, I don't think it's a matter of sophistication, really. I think
class.
I think a lot of times it's class, and it's not Transformers. It has nothing to do with Transformers. Like you can be. It has to do with disposable income. And
well, I can relate to that.
People that have the disposable income and they don't care what you're buying. They know what they're buying, and they're comfortable with what they're buying. They don't care if they're making the right choice or wrong choice. And if they're making the wrong choice, you know what? They're just going to go and make the right choice afterwards. Like,
Bobby.
They don't care.
Oh, I'm sorry.
But I don't care what people buy.
Yes, but then obviously I'm not talking about you, Matt. I'm not saying that every shoe fits every foot.
I'm just saying.
I'm just saying that, like, and I think it's like when you go lower. Like when I start looking at some of the Marvel Legends threads, and I'm like, oh my God, these guys are ready to take each other's heads off. Like
I get you. I get it.
Same thing. Go ahead, Greg.
I was gonna say, are you familiar? Do you have AMC theaters where you live?
Mm-hmm.
So, are you familiar with the Stubbs Club?
With the
You
what?
pay Stubs Club. You pay like $15 a year, and you get like various rewards and privileges.
Yes.
Okay, so
I'm not
when
part
you
of
go
it,
to
but
an
I'm
AMC
familiar.
Oh, oh well. Let me. I'll try to go slow for you. So, when you go to the theater, there's two different ones. They go to concessions. There's a Stubs Club member and general. And the Stubs Club people get priority. Like they get to go first over the. Like I mean, it's not like a steady like progression, but you know. And like I go to my theater and so many people get pissed off because like we have it and they're like, all right, I'll take the next Stubs Club member, and we'll walk up and they're like, we were here 5 seconds earlier. You know, and it's
Right,
like we just
yeah.
want a drink, and they're
Look.
like, "Well, I want a chicken tenders and a peanut brittle and a fucking
Exactly. And
goddamn all this other shit, and I should go first."
and you attend that theater as well, right?
A lot. I
And
go
you
to that
never and you
theater
never
a lot.
and you don't act like a fucking jackass in the same regard, correct?
Well, this one time I went and saw.
Generally speaking.
I went and saw Jim and the Holograms really drunk, and I was kind of a dick.
Okay, fair enough.
But we were also the only people in the theater.
But generally speaking.
There was literally 5 people in the theater. But yeah.
So
I don't act like an asshole.
So that's my point too. Is that like I'm not saying that it's like it's a blanket statement that covers all. Like I know plenty of people that buy, Transformers third party, SH Figuarts, whatever, and are fucking complete gentlemen. And my dad is a fucking complete gentleman. He's a class act, and he's, like if you can show him a way to shave 2 cents off of his purchase, he'll spend $3 in gas to go get that deal.
That's fine.
But like at the same time, I'm just saying that like you're much more. I don't think anyone would disagree in saying that you're much more likely to see some bullshit if you go to the if you go to the McDonald's that's closest to the local truck stop than you are at going to like a fucking $50 steakhouse. Like you're just less likely to see the bullshit.
No, it's true. It's I mean, it's science.
Exactly.
It just is. It's just the way things are.
Science.
So look, before we wrap this up, which we do need to do,
We're not even doing questions?
Let's do the MP collector question.
We got so many questions. We need to get through some questions.
No, but look. We always say that.
Not now.
No, but we always say that. We always say we need to get through the questions, and then once we get through the questions, we're like, we got to get questions. So like, just take them as they come.
What do we do?
So it's like, okay. So what you're saying is, it's like if you walk into if you're walking into a questions section.
No, you got to give me. You got to give me a real life retail.
If you're an MP collector, then you're probably going to get your question answered. But if you're like some dude 6976 at gmail.com,
we'll get it.
Well,
MP collector gets precedence as he has been submitting weekly questions for the longest time. Shows commitment on his part, so we will show the same commitment. Now, we did answer Sean, and I'll just say part of his last name, question, which was where the hell are text from Robert D. And Sean, look, I would love to do more text from Robert D. Robert D doesn't text me anymore. He's done.
He's a fucking liar.
He's had it. He's had it with me.
Robert, I've been trying to text you a lot lately, and you don't.
Dude, has Robert been too busy for us recently, man? I think Robert's been a little too busy.
On Messenger, I will. You know what? It will take like a day before I get a response from Robert lately, and I've been kind of upset about that.
He means like 3 minutes.
Bullshit. Yeah, I will. You will ask me a question, I'll answer it, and then I won't hear anything back from you about another 4 hours. I'm like, come on.
Yeah. He's been a little.
You gotta text Robert about sleep podcast, and then he'll get right back with you.
Mm-hmm.
That is true, but fuck sleep. Let's answer it. Bobby, read the MP.
Okay. Actually, I got to take care of this. So Father's Day is coming up, and my wife just sent me a picture of the Sideshow Infinity Gauntlet, and she was like, "Is this the gauntlet you like?" And I wrote her back, and I was like, "I don't believe so. I think mine was Hot Toys. Not sure."
Damn. Wow. You're getting a nice.
I don't think she. I think it's more so like it was offered to her as like a a commercial on her Instagram feed, so I think it was more so like, is my phone listening to me than it was like trying to hook me up. So anyway,
well, actually, hold on, just on that.
Yeah.
I would not buy that one that Facebook's selling her to get because that's just a rubber glove with some gems glued on.
Oh, yeah, I saw that shit. That was
no, this is
foul.
this is Instagram. It's a sideshow quarter scale one.
Oh, okay.
Anyway,
okay.
Wait, Bobby, I want to ask you a question.
Yeah, Robert. What you got?
Have the hands moved off the kitchen counter?
No, they're still there.
Oh, they're still there?
They're still
Damn.
there.
What are we going on, a month?
They're still there. I just checked on them recently because like every now and then I get afraid they may
How
have been
long are we going?
This is at least 3 weeks.
Nice. Did she said anything at all?
Not a word. She's been
Damn.
You should take pictures.
Yeah, take pictures of it every day.
No,
See if it's been moved.
no. We can make her a book at the end of the year. We can make her like a coffee table book.
It's not a bad
But no,
idea.
take pictures and see if it's been.
No, it's really not.
Have they been moved at all?
No. I think maybe they've been moved slightly, like from somebody like just moving a spoon around and like knocked one like a quarter of an inch one way or another or something, but like not really.
So the kids haven't touched it either?
No, because it's like the kids don't go over there. It's like where the coffee shit is. So like I know she goes there. Like she has coffee every morning. I have coffee every morning. It's like I know
she probably fucking grumbles on
know
If the
she
kids
sees
move
it.
those hands, they're worried about having to play some kickball with Dad.
Yeah, but they better.
You know she fucking talks under her breath whenever she's like,
yeah, she's like, oh, God, okay, whatever. I'm gonna talk to him about it tonight.
But then she looks over at the butter that's been out for 6 hours.
6 hours, more like 6 days. Dear SCU crew, the first Masterpiece Optimus Prime mold MP1 was initially released in 2003. That figure was reissued. That figure was reissued. Shut the fuck up, dude. I'm trying to give a little bit of fucking. I'm trying to give a little bit of flair to the shit, so it's not like just like a talking head. That figure was released several times, but our second all-new Optimus Prime mold, MP10, wasn't released until late 2011. That second figure was then reissued dozens of times. Looking to the future, the next iteration of Masterpiece Optimus Prime is due to drop sometime in 2019. I go through that history to highlight that we should probably expect to get a new MP Prime mold every 8 years or so. Are you guys okay with that cadence? What about for other figures? For a few of the selected Hall of Famers, like Soundwave, I think I'd be okay if he got a new MP mold every 8 to 10 years. What do you guys think? Honestly, MP Collector, if Takara is doing it, maybe. But for the most part, I am not as much interested in replacing what I have as much as I am getting what I don't have. There are, I want to close the gates on this collection. Like I'm ready. I'm ready to call it a day.
You hear it, folks? He's done with SCU.
No, I'm
no,
not at all.
I misread that all the way. I'm sorry.
I think the issue with Masterpiece is like it's not a line where they release like 8 figures a wave, 6 times a year. Like you literally get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 a year, and the engineering is always going to catch up with it, eventually. So, like, I mean, I can see where you do like a Prime every 8 or 9 years, which I guess they're kind of doing, or a Megatron, but even a Soundwave, arguably, I guess you could see, but like, what are you going to do then? Are you going to do the cars? Are you going to do everybody else? It's just, I don't know. I think it would be better if they would release them, if they had a team dedicated to doing Masterpiece and they had resources dedicated to Masterpiece and they just did waves of them like they would do anything and not do like 5 waves a year. Just do a wave of 6 every year. And I think you would be better off. But anyway.
Well, I understand with the Prime, and he is Prime, but what more could you do? I mean, after this one, what else can you do to him? I mean, there's nothing. I mean, MP10 was good.
I think we said that after MP10.
Yeah, I'm just saying. I don't know what else you could do with Prime to make him.
But
a
I'm
lot
saying
more better.
I mean, like, there's still room for improvement. What I'm saying is, I think we said that after MP10. Like when MP10 came out, like, oh, there's no getting better than this. And then now we have this, and this is probably better. And so, to be fair, so is this other thing. this mecha transform, whatever the fuck this other thing is probably better than MP10. Like
Smiles toys.
after 10 years or so, like the shit is just gonna get better. Like the options are gonna get better. The question I think that's more important at the heart of that is, when is good enough? You know, like at what point do you draw the line?
Well, yeah, but when you're constantly coming up with new engineerings and like just new tricks across the board, like when do you really say enough is enough? Especially based on the fact that Takara is a company. It's not a fan service. I mean, it kind of is, but it's not like a fan community. It's a company. So they're gonna.
And to be fair, like there's probably a fair amount of people that will never draw the line, you know.
Yeah.
But for the general collector and for the general character, like where like I don't know. It's kind of, it's so subjective, you know. It's so subjective in terms of what is good enough. Like the only reason why I'm replacing this particular character is because Prime is probably the most important character in G1. Like whatever, like let's say by this standard that MP10 is a 7 and this is a 10. Like just for the sake of argument. If Prowl is a 7 and they show me a 10, I'm probably keeping my 7. Just because I'm just not interested in spending more money on Prowl. Like I'm content. And I think that's what's going to be interesting, is to see where people draw the line to say what good is good enough.
Well, you had said, and I can't remember exactly what you said. I tried to get you to repeat it, but we got spoken over by Matt.
No worries.
No, you said that like. Let me phrase. So, yeah, okay. So a Prime collector. So if someone who wants to collect Primes, and they keep making Primes, like they would be all in for that. Like an MP collector that collects Primes.
For sure.
Yeah, they would want more Primes.
Yeah, I think Prime, Bumblebee, like I think there are a handful of just Starscream. Like I think there are a handful of just safe characters where they never have to worry about it.
I mean, I would think they would expand the line to different like branches. I mean, I would honestly think that like they could probably get away. Well, I don't know, because they're a Japanese company and they don't cater to every other country. But I would think that like they could do a legacy line where they do Prime, Megatron, B, you know, the big characters, Starscream, over and over, and then they have like another MP line where they do like different characters and they don't cross over.
I mean,
like,
maybe
I think they could do that, but I don't know how well it will sell.
Yeah, I don't know.
But it's an option.
I mean, Joe's been telling me since he's been over there, he's like, dude, the Transformer presence across the board, like official, third party, etc., in Japan is minimal. Like, whereas last year it was a significant part of every store he went into, this year hardly anything. Like, people aren't carrying it. Like in the Japanese market, like nobody cares.
Go to the egg store.
Eggs, high abundance. So like I don't know where this shit's at. I don't know. I don't profess to have my finger on that pulse, but I feel like one of the big problems is excitement, and I feel like the excitement, nobody has been doing anything to really pump up the excitement in some time, in my opinion, except for Zeta. And the problem with Zeta is that all their bots look like fucking dog shit. So I think that when they finally complete another combiner, they're going to have, my fingers are crossed, of course, because I'm invested the same way I was invested with Unique Toys, that they're going to have that bit of like, oh shit moment, but who knows? You know, I don't think that anybody is doing anything that's really getting the people excited anymore, including Takara. You know, and everybody across the board. Like, I don't think it's hitting like it used to hit.
Bullshit.
I mean, I hate to say it. I'm like, You know, because I want the shit too.
You're saying it for yourself. I'm excited all the time.
No, I'm not saying it for myself. I didn't go to Japan. I didn't look in the stores.
Hey, can you guys hear me?
Yeah.
Okay,
Did
cool.
your cat
Great,
walk
sorry.
across something?
Matt, shut up. Like, you've used that joke like 9 times tonight. Like, it's not even funny. No, my thing, I got muted because I keep forgetting I have to molest this controller.
Yeah, you gotta
every
wiggle
10 minutes.
the joystick.
Yeah, I gotta wiggle the doodle. Yeah, Joe KW, like, he's expressed that, but like, has Transformers Masterpiece really been in presence? Like, they haven't released a lot.
No, but yeah, that's true too. But he's been going. Just, I think in terms, it's not just Masterpiece though. It's both. It's third party and Masterpiece. Like, the shit just isn't there.
I wouldn't believe anything Joe had to say right now. I think he's hallucinating from fucking salmonella.
Yeah, well, that's my
valid.
question. Like, I don't know if like there's not really a lot coming out right now.
Just earlier, I mean, like, that's what I was saying. You know,
I don't know. I mean, I don't know the market over there. I mean, I used to know the market, but I don't know.
And I think like for them, I mean, like, at least what he says, he's like, man, like the subscription, like the love for the Transformer brand isn't like it is here, where like it's the love for the brand, like it's the love for Transformers. Like, the love over there is more so love for mech, and there's a lot more options and, you know, better mech options. You know, like a lot of the stuff that Bandai does, or Reveltech, or the fucking Macross shit and all that shit, like the super, you know, like the high end mech options have kind of been, you know, making a big presence. You know, and it's like since like Optimus Prime doesn't mean to the Japanese people what it means to us, because the characterization isn't the same. Like, Optimus Prime for us, like, we're a generation, like, for the most part, like I think that shit is cultural. Like, for our generation, like the 80s babies, like, a lot of our fucking parents were divorced. A lot of us came up with no fathers. I was fortunate that I had a father, but I didn't have a mother. So a lot of us came up with no fathers, and Optimus Prime, Luke Skywalker, like Duke, like, those characters provided a father figure.
Barney.
And culturally, that's not the same as what it was over there. So I think Optimus Prime, the character, probably means a lot more to, you know, the 80s babies generation of America than it does to the Japanese.
I just want to hear you say 80s babies.
Well, I don't know what to call this, because like, so like, technically, like, the person that made up the generational breakdowns, like the millennials start at like 84 or 85, I think. But if you look at some breakdowns, they start at 79, they start at 80, so I don't know what to call it. So I just say 80s babies. If you were a fucking baby in the 80s, then that's who the fuck I'm talking to.
Gen X represent.
Yeah. I don't know. I mean, I think that shit's interesting. Like, and their options are so much more plentiful, like, in terms of, like, media that means more to them. Like, with us, we always go through the same shit. You know, we're like, look, like, dude, Transformers, like, I know. G.I. Joe, I know. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, I know. Star Wars, I know. Thundercats, He-Man, I know. And then you start getting into the more, like, Silverhawks. Wait, what were that? Silverhawks, they were pretty cool, man. They were like these guys that went out of space. They had, like, little wings. You know, it's after you get outside of, like, that initial range. And to be honest with you, I would even put Thundercats on the outer rim, so to speak.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like, everybody knows G.I. Joe from our generation, and Transformers, and Star Wars, and He-Man. But when you start getting,
like, Kessel.
But, like, you know, like us, like, we're nerds. Like, we followed a lot of that shit. So, like, when we talk about the Centurions and the fucking, you know, whatever the fucks. The Dino Saucers,
Monstars,
Dino Riders,
the Monstars.
You know, like, then everybody's like, yeah, I know what you're talking
Galaxy
about.
High.
But for most people, they don't know about that shit. So I think for over there, it's like when you're inundated day in and day out with thousands of different franchises that are aimed at Joe and I would argue about this, but relatively the same demographic, at least for the buy-in. Optimus Prime doesn't take up as much of the marketplace as he does here.
Yo.
Yes. Did he say yo and then mute?
I don't know. Maybe a joystick wiggle.
Maybe he yelled at Cringer. Matt, come on, untrigger. Did Matt hang up?
I'm listening. What are you talking about? What the fuck?
Greg told him to shut up, and he just shut up.
But I think
in the corner.
I think it's interesting personally. Like when I listen to because just over the course of a year, like when Joe went there last year, he was sending me pictures and pictures and pictures of these glass cases with all sorts of third party and Takara and everything. And like this year, he's like, I got.
Yeah, fuck yeah.
Are you guys there?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like I don't know what happened why I got kicked off there, but anyway, when you're seeing pictures of, he's showing me and he's like, I'm like, where's all the Transformers? Like, man, I don't know. I'm asking myself the same question. It is interesting. Like I do think that the tides are turning.
How the hell can Joe eat all that food? Like the food
well,
eating.
he so Joe acts on a pretty regimented diet. You know what I mean? And his rule is when he goes to Japan, all bets are off.
Is he just like shitting his brains out?
I'm sure. But there's
it looks
toilets
the same way coming out as it does going in.
But the with all that egg. But those toilets over there are pretty fancy, so I'm sure he's got options.
The voice-activated ass washers.
I'm sure there's ass washers on there.
But they're gold too.
Like when you get beyond 2 buttons, there's got to be an ash washer option. I feel like.
I don't know.
Ash Whopper.
Yeah, dude. All right, let's wrap it up.
Shardouts to Collectible Network, ROC, Legends Around, by Detox, Plastic Fanatics, Spirit Vultures, Nerd Rage Radio, and Wigs.
And my personal favorite, the well-established Gentleman's Show, Stasis Lock.
At Real Robot, at Fear Corpse.
I am Ratchet.
Third Party TF Crashers, and Open Your Toys Podcast.
This podcast is intended for mature audiences only, and its sole purpose is entertainment. If it doesn't fit with your sensitive sensibilities, please feel free to turn it off now.
Shut the fuck